Good evening, everybody. It is Friday
Hello.
evening. Great to have you guys in here. What a turnout already, guys. 106. Absolutely awesome, guys. A Friday night. We usually have our creators therapy. We debated if we should bring this up tonight, but it is going to be in the force. We need to talk about it, so we decided to shove to the side creators therapy and handle this one. So thank you guys for your support. Thank you for participation. Great to have you in here. Guys, this is going to pertain to a lot of people that don't even think it does. So you're not going to want to miss this message. And speaking of that, if you can let the people know, guys, hit the like button, tweet it out, tell friends. The more the better. The more our friends are all informed, the more the conversation tends to be... I don't know how to finish that. I'm not sure how to finish that one. More people better talk. There you go. How's that for the short and sweet?
A rich conversation. The more rich discussion and a different variety of opinions we can have in the chat.
It's like a 1980s Nescafe commercial type of talk.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll buy it. Oh, why not? What the lady said. There you go. There you go. You heard her.
Your wife is always right.
Well, yeah. Like I was saying, guys, don't forget to hit the like button, tweet it out, tell friends, guys. We got 112 and climbing in here. Thank you all so much for coming, guys. Where do we find out? Yeah, we're going to get to that, D-Crack. We will get to that, I promise. Just give us a few minutes to get everybody in, because if we start right away, then we're jumping through and repeating for you guys. In the meantime, guys, get the word out, plus get to mingle a little bit. I will say hello to all you guys in just a second, because I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, guys, it is going to target certain types of channels, but really everybody can fall in this. So this is another one of these ones, these gray walls that YouTube has put up, and very easy to slip in the cracks. I'm sure some here have already, as YouTube's implemented new policies. So you're not going to want to miss it, guys. Thank you so much for being here once again on this Friday night. Saturday morning, of course, for some of you, our good friends down under. Great to have you all in here. So there you go, guys. The waters just got grayer for SpongeBob.
Yeah.
We really found out about this, like that, the tackle. Yeah, it was kind of a hustle around here for a little bit, to say the least. But like I said, guys, it is a pleasure. 125 in here, guys. Hit the like button, please. Tweet it out, tell friends. Give everybody a couple minutes to get in, guys, and then we'll get into discussing it. In the meantime, also, don't forget, guys, your selfies. A selfie of you watching us. You can't do that, a selfie of you. Upload them to our Twitter. There's our link right there. Just please use the hashtag Blue Ridge Group so us and everybody can find you. It really is a great way to grow your channel, guys, and to grow your Twitter page. It's a win-win for everybody. And consider, if you don't mind, taking some more look at our Twitter, joining it. It's a great place to get updates when we're on. Sometimes YouTube can forget about us now and then. That happens to everybody. So Twitter, that's half the reason why we do it, is to get people into Twitter. Because Twitter's not great for everybody's audiences, but it's always great to have as a creator. That is for sure. It's an awesome tool. I find it a pain in the ass, but you know what? It does what it does. Good. Unfortunately. Yes.
Well, some things are done good and some not so good, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, and let's see if we can get into some kind of consensus about these new updates today. But before we do that, we'll let some more people get in. I'm sure there's lots of people wanting to know what is going on. And believe me, it is going to affect a lot of people. When YouTube tries to, sweep something under the rug when it's announcing,
yep,
that usually means quite the opposite.
That's right, guys.
Yeah.
And there's no fanfare around it.
Yeah, there have been a couple of things like that before, and yeah, usually it means that it's something very
That's
important.
usually when we get people in a couple days later in our chat that their channel's in a mess now and they don't know what happened, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
So that's why we're going to do it this way again, guys. We always try to jump on top. That's why we put Creators Therapy to the side. Thank you once again so much for coming, guys. Oh, Shanette Williams, you're too kind. You're way too kind, but thank you. Yesterday was crazy, guys, but thank you so much, by the way. I meant to say that. Puša Potluck was amazing. Thank you. and I got some Robert back. Oh no, Robert back.
Super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super
Oh,
chat
damn.
for Robert Banks. Thank you.
Oh, God.
Thank you so much.
Oh God.
Hey, you.
Oh God. Now, guys, we got purged yesterday. You all seen it. We all see it. We always point that out and say, look what's happening. And we went down from 94.70 all the way to 94.18. And then again, last night we got up to 95.50 and then dropped to 95.20. And I want to show everybody how that dropped. I showed everybody right there where it was like, I think you've been a while. I want to show you that. It's not everybody unsubscribing. It's not a coalition. Channel like channels. It drops off because YouTube's doing what it said it was going to do. And just to show everybody, it also brings back what it's going to bring back. So there you go, guys. Why is that going there? Wrong window. Wrong window. First time for everything. There you go. There you go. Right there. Tyler Wood, it was waiting for you, my friend. Oh my God, I was supposed to message you and I forgot. Oh God. Oh God, sorry about that.
We need some memory pills, I think. Both
Big
of
time.
us. Yeah.
So I took a screenshot of this today, and as you can see, it went the opposite way. This time it shot up. That was YouTube releasing new subscribers that it wanted to check because I got a lot yesterday, and up it went. So there you go. More, I just said that today. It was up, so I just thought I'd take a screenshot of it and show you.
You know, I always like to compare it to the bank system where you come with a whole bunch of banknotes, you know, paper money, and they always put it in that strange machine that filters out and sees if it's false or not.
Yep.
You know, counterfeit or not. And then they give it back to you. That's exactly how it works. So, once again, shows it right there. You coming in just now. Hello and welcome here. This usually is Creators Therapy Friday night where everything and anything goes. But you know what? Some things are more important and sometimes you need to work. Instead of having your leisure time that we usually have here on Fridays, and there are new things to talk about. So share it out. 141 people watching. Click that like button. Share it out. Subscribe if you're new. We are on the road to 10K. If you were part of our yesterday, thank you so much.
Which is right now, guys, sitting literally. Why is this jump? I'm going to fix this once and for all. You guys are going to get to see me do this, go back and forth and get fed up with it tonight. I don't know what is going on.
Well, in the meantime, while Andrew is doing that, I can announce to you guys that the peak concurrent viewers at the same time yesterday was 254
I know.
people.
So we really broke the record yesterday.
We in the analytics of the video from yesterday, YouTube gives us a number 254 creators at the same time. So yes, I think it was really the biggest online YouTuber meetup event. So if you were there, I hope you had fun. We did. Just you, so she will clap and sing again. I clap and sing for super stickers. So this one is for Andrew, Queen City Picker Super Chat. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, always. Sorry, guys. I have a little bit of an issue here I got to fix.
Auntie Donna, hello. How are you? How are you doing here? So can you believe that? 254 of you. So amazing. We already knew that we broke the record in the first 10 minutes of our live stream yesterday, but to break it so tremendously, 254, that's just crazy, guys. So thank you all so much for all the raids, all of the incoming, and most of all for having fun. And hopefully some of these meetups yesterday results in some great relationships as well. And who knows, some collabs, who knows. And we have a Mickey XOXO in the chat, and it says 2 Mickeys in the chat. I hope it's a good thing. Sharnette Williams, thank you so much. Hello, guys. Click that like button. Share it out. 145 people. We're going to be talking about new YouTube policy updates. New updates that can strike your channel. Yes, that's right. You can get a strike for the channel if you don't know about these, and they already are in effect.
And guys, I got it fixed. I just want to show you guys. So there was a count yesterday. We were 7 away from 4,000 views. After, guys, anybody does live streams knows the next day everything is always adjusted. So you don't have like if same person came 7 times. So right now, 3,993 unique views. So that was absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. And man, we're getting closer, guys. 9563. Thank you so very much, guys. Let your friends know. We are trying to hit the 10K, guys, as soon as possible before YouTube starts rounding off the numbers. Anybody hasn't heard about it yet, up until 1,000, things are the same. You got 724, you're going to see 724. You got 226, you're going to see it. When you hit 1,000, it's going to turn to 1K. Then 1.1K after you get to like 1,050, and so on and so forth, rounded up. You'll be able to see your exact number on your Creator Studio, but you will not be able to see it on people's pages, and that's so. That's why we're racing to hit 10K before that happens. You guys are absolutely... Oh, thank you, Carolina Sky Astronomy. That's right. There we go. One more. Everyone counts because each and every one of you guys count. Thank you so much for being here. All the new ones, all the returning guys. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Truly appreciate it. We're going to get into it, guys, in just a few minutes. I'm going to say hi to everybody in here. Get some hellos going. Let me see. It's weird tonight because usually it's creator therapy. A little more chill, a little more relaxed, everything going. But guys, we want to get this in so you guys know as soon as possible so you can start taking care for your videos, especially because of the lackluster display of it when YouTube decided to post it. I want to say hello to We Are M&S. Tyler Wood is in the house. Treasure sitting pretty. Tony Fresh 13. Takumba Latona TV. We have 13 past midnight. The Rights Way. The Traveling Shintas. We have the Mile High Guy. The Gaming Prince 91. The Circle C. The Barnyard Chicken. Tesla. Terrell's Artwork Channel. Terra Telling TV. We have Talk to Dot. We have Tales of the Solstice. We have Surrey House 2. We got Sterling Silver. We got Slot Jeffy. We got Sky Eats. We got Sky Pilot. We got Sister Snatch. We have Shining Through NK. We have Shanette Williams and Sharon Dorothy. We have Shane Barber, Cryptic D Monster. We have Sonia's World. We have Ryan Adams. We have Romel. We have Robert Banks. We have Revian Gaming. We have Red Curls. We got Queen City Picker. We got Purple Paisley Planner. We got Professor of Perseverance. We got Precious Aying. We have Phantom Flight 101, folks. Palumi, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to say this one right. We got a super chat?
Yes, we have super chat from Tyler Wood. Hey, I heard YouTube is taking away the message board. Is this true?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. 19th, I think, of September, and that has been announced a while ago, but they finally are doing it.
They try to say because they're making things more public, but really because it was another attempt to do something that's just not working out, unfortunately. PCS Girls in the House. Nasha May, we got My Three Sons. We got Muscleman 8562. Miss BB, we got Monster Factory Entertainment. We got Mr. Rich. We got Mickey XOXO. We got Mickey Wilson, Bushcraft and Survival. We got Mary Hearts. We got Manic Magic. We have Made in Taiwan M's. We got Made in Thailand. Lone Star Scratchin'. We got Living the RV Local Life. We have Little Boy Nigrive. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly. Welcome, L Galaxy. We have Lady in the Woods. We have El Cida. We have Just GCA. We got GS Gaming. We got JS Slots. We got JP Slayer. We got Johnny Pockney. We got JDS. We got Jamie Lee Lanta. We have Iron Man 245. We have Inspired Art by Mary. We have Hike with Mike. Graceful Spirit and Ray. We got George TV The Fan. We got Freedom Grower. Free to laugh now. Flatter the Forums. We got FDL Seeker. We got Epson Matheson. We have Elwin Morale. We have Elf Lord's Journeys. We have Elegant Homestead. We have Donner's Dinner Time. We have D Crack in the house. We got Dion D Typing. We got The Door Backdoor. We got Crazy Cannon. We got Construction Cronies. We got Common Sense with Elizabeth. We have Chris Hope, and we got Sherry Awesome Sunsets Travel. Clementina Rafael, I'm sorry I missed you. We have Carolina Sky Astronomy. Carolina Hillbilly 1961. Carolina Auditor. Canna's World. Brunia Kitty. Bargain Bites. Bacon Fun with Nadia. Bait the Hook. Auntie Donna. Ashes Review, Arco Drone Solutions, Arlene Verdita. We have Anthony Fuzier Studios, Anthony Benson, Annie Pilates Physical Therapist. We have Angie in Real Life, Amber Davenport, A View is a View, A Patch of Heaven Farm. Lots of people, guys, and I know we missed some. It doesn't have all the lists there. Highlight our name and say hi so we can give you arena size welcome as well. It's great to have you all in here, guys. Hit the like button, tweet it out, tell friends, all that good stuff. We're all in it together, guys.
Say hello in the chat if we missed you. Philip Cockram is here. Hello.
How are you?
Graced by God is here as well. Live with Stephanie, the Sans family. Hey, hello. Sister Snatched, hello as well. How are you, brother Don? Hello.
Hey.
I saw trees turning color today.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Yes.
Kathy Thrift Hall, Steve Miller photo is just 25 away from 1K.
We'll get them.
And we'll definitely do that. Pettigay Walker, hello. Walker fam is here as well. Hook Them Bass TV, welcome back. Doug, hello. Life of Benita and Callie and Jordan Squad, Rolling Homestead and Wild Animals. Good to see you. How have you been? Custom Cards is here as well. Hello. And Inspired John, yes. And Nasha May, hello, how are you? And we have Super Sticker, Super Chat, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Super Sticker, Super Chat from Sun City Scratcher, Stevie 3, Unicorn.
Oh, dear God.
Yes, usually today would be Unicorn Friday, maybe after. Sun City Scratchers, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Is it safe?
Yes.
Is she done?
I'm done.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right.
Guys, click that like button and share it out, please. Before we dive right into that, we're going to get Steve Miller photo on his motivational journey to 1K. And that's your time to share it out and call your friends for the new updates on YouTube. Very important.
Alrighty, guys, it's time to do it. Let's do it, guys. Let's help out Steve Miller photo. Do you have the links ready, Xenia?
No, but maybe you can drop it in.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I thought you had.
Well, what do you think? I'm not doing anything
The
here?
joys of marriage. There you go. Ron Boots Farm. Cover your ears, y'all. I love it.
And Yeti Mountain Trading, thank you so much. Thank you.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Thank you for being here, guys. We're going to get into it in just a few minutes. Have no fear. A little bit of house cleaning we always call it first. Give every time to get in, and then we're going to jump right into it. Xenia's getting the link ready, guys.
Yeah, I have it.
All right, guys. It is time to help out Steve Miller, guys. Let's take him to 100. Let's do it. Vicky, great to see you as well. Great to see you. Kathy, Thrifty Halls, how are you? And we have Ronell. Hope you're doing fantastic out there, my friend. Bruni Kitty, almost 200. Oh, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's crazy tonight, guys. It is crazy. Alrighty, guys. Wow, it is like 171.
Well, we need some motivational music.
Alrighty, guys, here we go. There we go, guys. Blowing horns. Putting on some support music. I had support music. The wrong one. Oh my God, that went bad. Alrighty, guys. I love that song, but I gotta get rid of it now because now it's starting to mess me up. There we go. We had that in for yesterday for our potluck. There we go, guys. Alrighty, guys. Wasn't that smooth? Wasn't that professional?
Free to laugh now is bringing leftover potato salad from the picnic.
Oh, I love leftover potato salad, guys. And we also got some new stuff on the table, guys. We got Steve Miller photo, who is 22 away from 1K, guys. Let's do it. Let's get him where we're going to go, guys. Grab up the link. Come on now, folks. This is a fantastic channel, guys. His work is superior. Look at that. Look how nice. You want to learn about photography? You want to be inspired? You're going to get it all here and much more, guys. Check him out. See what he's got going on. Look at that, guys. It's fantastic. Thumbnails and all the work looks the same. 17 more to go. Oh, 14 more to go. I love when you guys correct me like that. That's right, guys. Only 14 more to go to celebrate them. Let's do it, guys. Come on now. Only a couple more, guys. 986. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. There you go. 988, folks. 988, guys. That is fantastic, guys. Only 12 more to go. 12 more to go, folks. We'll be at 1K. We're getting there. We're going to make it happen. Bravo. Glitch Gamer, how are you?
Only 8 more to go. 8 more to go.
Come on, guys. Let's blow that horn again. Only, guys, there's got to be 8 people in here who have not had the luxury, the pleasure of checking out Steve Miller photo. There you go, guys. Right there. Oh, baby, guys. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. Uber Goober. Woo. Wow, hugs and kisses to you. It's been a while. Hope you're doing fantastic. Nice to see you. CC Uncut Variety Show. Glitch Gamer. Glad you're doing great. Wow, guys. We thought we were just going to come out here and give a message. We were worried about counseling creator therapy. This is unbelievable. Alrighty, guys. 998. Come on. 2 more to go. How about 1001?
That's right. Up.
That is right, guys. 1001, guys. Fantastic job. Help them out. Grab the link if you haven't already. If you have, guys, love the chat with emoji. Celebration time. Steve Miller photo. And guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Tweet out. Tell friends. The more the merrier. You guys are absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. You guys are awesome. Really, really awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, excellent. Lincoln Central Coins, great to see my friend. And yes, you're going to love Steve Miller photo. He is a fantastic artist, guys. Really is. Beautiful work. Look at these thumbnails.
Yes, I mean, he is so amazingly talented as a photographer.
Yep.
And the thumbnails speak for themselves for sure.
Oh, yeah, you rock. And Jamie Lee Lanta, you're awesome. It's you guys' stuff that makes us what we are. It's great to have all you guys in here. I like I say, we really were down to the wire if we should go ahead with the creator therapy or not. And man, in droves, you guys, thank you. It's great to have you all in here. It's an important thing to all of us, guys. Slap Happy Jelly! Missed the start. Quick summary. You didn't miss a thing. That's why we wait a few minutes before we get started, so no worries. You're just in time. Great to have you in here. I also want to remind everybody, guys, to put up their selfie. It's a great place to be seen. It's a great place to grow your Twitter page, your YouTube channel. You're amazing, our American patriot, my friend. You are a kidney jerk. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're having a fantastic one. I'm curious, where'd you get that horn sound from? Oh, YouTube's library bank, I believe that's where it came from. That's where I think it came from, my friend.
Hello, everybody. Once again, that's why we are usually announcing all of the news a little bit later on, just to let everybody come in, so we don't have to repeat it over and over again, guys. But we are going to be talking about it and diving right into it, and we want to know your opinion as well, since it is fresh, new, and very disturbing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it is a pattern, guys, that's been following across YouTube. Of jumping very deep in with a hard stance, but very deep into the gray area. That has always been the problem with these things. We don't know you have to be so cautious, guys, on YouTube now. And somebody asked me at the beginning of 2019 what I thought it was going to be like on here. And I still believe that, without getting more, what? Oh, sorry, I just read this. Thank you for helping everyone out with getting more. To check their well, thank you. Yeah, thank you. We try to keep it more thank you very much. I mean, it's great to see people grow. I hope the information helps as well. It's also the pace and not like just go after them. So try to really make it a mix of everything. So I believe that YouTube will not look the same way as we know it going into 2020. Like, it's not that it's going to be a new platform, but guys, the clampdowns this year are going to be really hard. They've gone through one too many apocalypses. Whether we like it or not, they have to cater to the advertisers. Is it right? Is it fair? That's not for us to decide. We have no say into it. We're not shareholders into it. It's a private company, and they pull the strings. And we really, in the end, have 3 choices. A, put up with it. B, can complain, maybe try to get together and change something and still put up with it, or leave. And I know it's annoying and it's stressful and there's a lot of work, But at the same time, too, that's what we signed into. That's what's all in the fine print of it. All the fine print that you agreed to when you came on here was to cover YouTube. It is not to cover you. There's no agent acting on your behalf. We're not paid employees. Yes, I know the union thing going on in Germany right now, which they've agreed they're going to sit down with this union. They did agree to that, but they're not going to be bending to their demands. They're willing to talk, but they will not be negotiating with them. So if anybody had high hopes for that going, I kind of had a feeling already. But that union did team up with one of the biggest unions in the world. They weren't just blowing steam anymore. They actually did connect with it. I forget the name now in the union itself, but it is one of the biggest in the world. So you have to protect yourself, guys, and you got to take every time YouTube puts out one of these new rules, these new mandates, and you don't say, oh, well, that doesn't pertain to me. It's the gray that usually hits everybody. It's the gray that usually hits everybody. Please no numbers unless you're 25 away from the 1,000 that place. We got to keep it fair for everybody, the same rules right across. I can't see right now the tray unfloats, sorry. So, guys, we're going to talk about it. We're going to show you guys. You ready to go? Is there anything else you needed to cover?
No. I just would ask you to refrain from reading the chat.
Yes. I knew you were going to say that. I knew she was going to say that. Alrighty, guys. Here we go, folks. I should have scrolled that back up again. Expanding our child safety policies. Here, we'll read through it together, guys, then we can get all the discussion going. Now, remember, this is one of their famous soft releases. This is not done with a bunch of fanfare. This is not Susan doing a video or any of the other team. This is part of the kind of the complaint against all this was the way, once again, something like this is released. Now, on the surface, you're going to say, oh, that doesn't apply to me. But we're going to talk about that in a minute after we're done reading this. And I think you might want to give it a second look after it's done, because this is going to bring in a lot of gray area that people aren't even really considering right now as they're looking at this. Expanding our child safety policies. YouTube community guidelines clearly outline that I'm going to try this again. YouTube's community guidelines clearly outline what we do and don't allow on YouTube. We continuously review community feedback to identify areas where we can expand our policies. As part of this, content that contains mature, violent themes that explicitly targets younger minors and families in the title, description, and or tags will no longer be allowed on the platform. This content was previously age restricted, but today we're updating our child safety policies to better protect the family experience. Learn more about what the content will be removed versus age restricted moving forward. Do we want to read all through it, do you think? Or?
No, maybe you can just summarize it.
Summarize. Like here, a few examples. A video which has tags like for children featuring family-friendly cartoons engaging in inappropriate acts like injecting needles. Now you're going to laugh when you hear that, but that actually happens a lot. That's been going on for a couple of years. People have been really mandating, including the FCC in the US, to have stuff like this taken down. So this is something that hasn't been dealt with. Videos which promote children's nursery rhymes targeting youngsters, minors, and families in the video title, description, or tags that contain adult themes such as violence, sex, death, etc. Videos that explicitly target younger minors and families with phrases such as for kids or family fun in the video's title, description, and or tags that contain vulgar language. Okay. Content that is meant for adults, not targeting younger minors and families, won't be removed, but it may be age restricted. If you create adult content that could be confused as family entertainment, make sure your titles, descriptions, and tags match the audience you're targeting. Remember, you can age restrict your content upon upload if it's intended for mature audiences. Here's an example of content that may be allowed on YouTube but will be age restricted. Adult cartoons with vulgar language and or violence that is explicitly targeted towards adults. What content won't be removed? We'll go through all these here as we go through. I don't want to sit here and turn this into some sort of lecture. I want to jump right back into it again. And first of all, say, guys, that sounds pretty understandable. Right, all what I've read so far makes perfect sense. I'm sure every one of you pretty much in here agree you get where that's coming from. But remember, we've seen lots of these policies put into place, and we've seen lots of channels coming here afterwards with stuff that they never thought would touch into that gray zone, and now they're sitting there. There's no more age restriction, guys. Now we're talking strikes, okay? That's the biggest thing to remember. Now strikes are going to be happening. And a lot of stuff that's done very, very innocently on here can be subject to it. And that's why we really wanted to talk about it as fast as possible, because you're going to have 30 days. Well, you want to talk a bit? I've been going on. You want to say a little?
I think what we have to summarize here is that basically the content that was allowed before on YouTube, but you could put it under age restricted content, or maybe it was a little bit questionable, but it still was there, is not going to be allowed at all. Now, the gray area comes to question when we talk about what exactly is or was age restricted, because that still also was a very gray area. And when YouTube is talking about content, it talks about harmful, dangerous acts, but also infliction of emotional distress on minors.
There you go, folks.
Minors meaning people under 18 years of age.
Yeah.
So what is emotional distress causing content for minors under 18 years of age? Now, it can be anything that pertains to any hint of violence, which if it is something extreme and dangerous, as a parent, I agree. But let's say there is a content of animation like Simpsons, who has a lot of
Family Guy came top of the list.
SpongeBob.
Yep.
You know, all of the popular cartoons out there have some sort of things that might be emotional distress.
But I want to say something, because sometimes we do stuff and they say, well, I seen the bigger guys doing it. For instance, Fox, that owns the rights to most of them, don't want their content on here. But if they choose to do, most likely, now this is speculation, they would get probably under the same way as like Jimmy Kimmel and all the networks do. Why can they get away with more? Because the networks get their own advertising and basically give a percentage to YouTube, and they take all the fall if something happens. Once again, those guys get special treatment. Not PewDiePie and those guys, they don't get special treatment, but these guys do. So if that happens and you see it, don't say, well, one did it, so I get it. South Park, another example, exactly. All that stuff, guys. But you got to remember the gray area too, guys. I don't want to pick on a group, okay? So I'm going to say this. Say you're I'm trying to think of somebody else. I'm just going to say it, but I'm not picking on them. Say you're a Disney Channel, okay, fan. That's your niche. But you're joking around with the wife and getting like funny and taking a little bit you jumped right into it, because that channel automatically is considered as going towards children, even though you're not. You're all adults talking. The content also is attractive to kids, which puts you in the sights of it. And that's where the gray area, for instance, starts, right from that moment. Skits that you think are funny, but more adult, but like acting like kids again and stuff like that. All these little things that we think are so innocent and everybody knows and everybody gets it. That's where the algorithm has a hard time and usually sides on the side of caution. And that's when channels get struck, is for stuff like that. And as a side note, anything in the past will not get a strike, but they do reserve the right to remove it. But going forward, you have 30 days. 30 days to deal with it, to get off anything you don't think is proper, or set it as adult content, age restricted, or you stand the chance of getting a strike. So that's right off the bat. That's why it's so important.
No, the rules have come into place on the 21st of August. That means, and most likely starting the September 21st, we're going to hear a lot of channels getting strikes. It is community guideline, so the first strike would mean 2 weeks off. Is that correct?
Yeah.
2 weeks off any kind of content, which, I mean, if it is your first one, maybe it's fine, but it might be your second or third one in the 90 days period. And what if you have multiple videos?
That's what you're going to say. What if you have 15 of them sitting around like that?
That's right. So if you have multiple videos that are under this, or you're creating things and you don't know it might fall under it, well, you might get all 3 strikes at the same time. I think starting the end of September, there's going to be a lot of chaos with this because although as a parent, once again, yes, yay, they're filtering out the content for security. But you know what? First of all, the underage children should only be watching YouTube Kids app, and YouTube should be putting more effort into filtering that. This applies to all YouTube, and for everybody under 18.
I just want to address something. There was a good question here. I lost it. I was trying to grab it up. So, Mrs. Beebe said no cursing. That's not the pay. You can curse, and they've given the guidelines. I'll just touch them quickly. What they recommend for cursing is don't put in your thumbnails, your description, your tags. Don't curse for the first 30 seconds into your video or live stream. And this is my interpretation of it. Mine. Keep it like HBO. You can use the F-bomb a couple times here and there and stuff. If it's a ranting, throwing them out, yes, you're going to probably get limited monetization. If you're doing something about a Disney character, if you're doing something about any kind of thing that's that even, I don't want to pick on all the Disney people, but please know that. Anything to do with kids, anything where you're acting like, say you and your husband are doing a skit like you're in, elementary school again, just joking around to make your audience laugh. And you're cursing them. All those things start to come into fact under this new law. That's the thing about it. You cannot blur the lines between what is meant for kids and what is meant for adults. And that means not just saying this is a kid video or an adult video. You have to make sure your adult video doesn't look appealing to kids. And that's not just toddlers. We're talking up to the age of 18 by what it says here. To the age of 18. And have anything that is offensive, dangerous. You have to be golden on this stuff because they're going to be, what they're going to do with this one. It is most likely going to be a very, very harsh stance on it.
Now, it says that vulgar language as a very harsh, excessive profanity will be limited. What it means that it's going to be under the age restriction law. Which also means that your age-restricted content is not monetized. Did you guys know that? Your age-restricted content is not monetized. So that also falls under that once again. How much is too much? How much is okay? What is okay? That's the question here. It's not as white and black as it seems at the first glance. And as a parent, the first thing is like, oh yeah, it's good. They're going to remove all those stupid cartoons that are not even, supposed to be for kids. But no, that's not what it is about. It is going to target most likely smaller creators, that it always is, because we don't have protection of the big management companies or, big production companies. And this is going to be life-changing, I think, personally, for creators starting the end of September when they actually are going to be starting to strike people. They're not even talking about removing. They're talking about striking afterwards. So how harsh it is going to land on people's content and what exactly is going to fall under it, that's still a question. Does posting meme videos get them age restricted too? Well, it depends what kind of meme it is. If it is something that could be emotionally disturbing for a minor, I'm not even talking about physical, any kind of graphic content, then it might be getting age restricted. It also might get you a strike. That's the proportions of it. You might get age restricted, but most likely you're going to be getting a strike because you shouldn't be having that content whatsoever on YouTube. So I think it's going to target a lot of channels that are already being targeted, family-oriented channels, family vlogs. You remember what happened with removing the comment section on lots of channels that weren't even related to family vlogging, but all of a sudden they got all disabled comment section. Well, that's one of the things that are going to get targeted. Definitely any kind of hobby channels, Disney, airplanes, trains, you name it. That's going to be definitely targeted as well. Gaming channels, big question for the gaming channels.
That's one of the biggest gray lines on here. One of the biggest
because
gray
lines. It might be part of the game, but it still might be intended for like violent content, for example, like any kind of first-person shooting games. Are they be completely forbidden? That's also a question now. So horror community. I mean, paranormal community. Like it's hard. It was already hard to put any kind of content. It's gonna get even harder now.
D-Crack, so it's only content that looks like it's meant for kids but mature in nature. Am I understanding that right?
Not really.
That's too cut and dry for this one. Like your channel, for instance, is another one that can be open to interpretation. And I'm not picking on it. We're just saying how this is going, guys. This is why you got to be so careful. Say, depending on the type of, like for instance, the type of videos that you react to and stuff like that can all play into it. You got to be careful what you bring up on the screen, how you interpret it, because of you making it an appealing place for younger people where they can see something that's not appropriate.
That's right.
Yeah.
If it is something for mature audiences, you have to age restrict it, which
Yep.
once again is not monetized. If it is for general public, it has to be so PG that mostly any kid could watch it and be fine with it. That's basically what it is.
See, guys, and that's the thing. It's so blurry. If you look at this, there once again is the proof. This has been out for 2 days and only had 21 replies. Only 21 people seen this for this kind of a change. This is what happens. This is one of their one of their soft releases.
Yep.
21 comments in 2 days. That's not how things go on YouTube when something like this is released. That was the same as they released about the numbers. It wasn't fanfare. It wasn't coming up on your homepage in your Creator Studio or anything like that. It's just kind of dancing out there. And as once again, I do believe they're doing that for a reason. I really do. Because I think a big cleanup is coming. And this is our advice to you. Check your stuff out. See what you have in there. If anything you think is going to bypass it, deal with it before the time comes. That's really look at it. Don't look at it through your eyes. Look at it through, God help me for this term, but look at it kind of in snowflake eyes, guys. Because it all depends who runs with what. And the algorithm is going to be playing on the conservative side. It always does. So GTA or PUBG, I guess, will not... I'm thinking more and more the way I see it coming is gaming is going to get so limited in monetization on most things. That's just my personal opinion. A lot of things to do with it.
Like, I don't know why they disintegrated the gaming platform altogether. They did have a separate app for it.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden they decided to get rid of it and put it into the general
Yep.
category. Why?
Exactly.
This is where it starts to become, problematic
Yep.
for everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there, guys, once again, when is this happening? We want to give creators time to get familiar with this update, which is why we will begin removing these videos without giving a strike to the channel as we ramp up enforcement over the next 30 days. Additionally, we won't strike videos uploaded prior to this update, but we may still remove the content. You can read their full policy there, of course. You can appeal a violation, blah, 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 blah. Protecting minors and families from inappropriate content is always a top priority, which is why we have expanded our child safety policies. Once again, guys, it's going to be pretty conservative. Eastad, how are you? Great to see you. Gil Skills, there's so many channels, guys, that we didn't get a chance to say hi to. I'm sorry, but it's great to have you guys in here. Hope you're doing good. Kume, no problem at all. Thank you so much for coming.
Now, thankfully, they are not going to be striking down the content that is posted before 21st of August, okay? But if you posted anything in the last 3 days and didn't know about it, well, it's your problem kind of thing, right? So that's a good thing. But you still have to go back and see if there is anything that you have to remove yourself and what kind of content you're repeatedly now creating on the basis of your previous library that might fall under this. We're not going to know for sure what exactly fall under is before it starts getting the strikes for everybody. Basically, it's up to our own interpretation.
Trey, could you please remove that comment, please? I can't, or I'll have to time you out. It won't allow me. Thank you.
Now, there is a question about where YouTube gives its updates. Well, YouTube has plenty of resources out there. YouTube Help, YouTube Twitter, YouTube Creator Academy, Creators Insider. There is probably 8 or 9 at least resources you can go and check it. The problem is that they don't post it all in one place. It updates eventually everywhere, but it starts in random locations. Sometimes it's on Twitter, sometimes it's on forums, sometimes it's on Academy. So you're gonna gonna keep a lookout on it at all times, basically. The DLM member, you made the biggest point at the start. If we agree or don't agree, it doesn't matter. All we can do is choose to create or not and follow whatever the rules are. That's exactly it. Of course. It's, as always, it's good to know what there is, so you know what the consequences possibly are if you risk to go ahead with the content that might be prohibited from now on. Infantry Outdoors, hello. Thanks for the YouTube update. I got to go. Thanks everyone for the talking. Thank you so much, Amber. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Talk to Dot. We're just because we're in the middle of the conversation, but I'll keep an eye on your numbers. Okay, we're gonna keep an eye. Don't worry when you get close. Just try to keep this on topic for as long as we can, if that's okay with you, and I'll keep an eye here. So
do we need to delete that video if you think it's not allowed on YouTube? Now, if it was posted before 22nd of August, YouTube says that it's gonna remove the content. Okay, if it doesn't apply to the new policy. If it has been posted in the last 3 days, then I would leave it to your own discretion and either remove it or at least age restrict it. At least, although even that is not gonna get you off strike if it's something that they announced in this update. The main thing is that there is content now that is not allowed at all on YouTube. So things that were allowed before with age restriction, with some limitations, are not allowed at all. So they don't itemize, they don't say what exactly is it. They say what it could cause minors or how it could impact minors, but they don't give exact examples of what kind of things there are, and therefore it is so gray, as always.
Welcome, Mike. We're just starting. I'll just do a quick synopsis onto it. YouTube did a soft release on a major change coming up, whereby when it found stuff, I'm just giving this basically for everybody. It just came in quickly, a fast synopsis. If anybody remembers the Ethan brothers and that, where they were doing that things like Elsa takes a crap on Spider-Man and all that stuff, they found that they would just age restrict it and leave it that way. Now they're going a step further, and now they're going to start removing content, and you can get copyright strikes. So that's the shortest version I could just give to every community strike. But with that said, well, strike, I didn't think that applied copyright onto it. But yeah, it's a community strike. So what they're doing with that's what they're going to do with it now. And a lot of stuff that you had up you thought was harmless, if that can be seen as a way that it was geared towards something that kids would be interested into, whether intentional or not, no matter how harmless, you can still face the same repercussions as those channels as well. Either will age restrict or it will remove and community strike it. And this was a soft release 2 days ago, to the point that only 21 people commented on it, where usually when they have a release like this, their Twitter blows up, and also their comment page here as well. So they do want to slide in easily, guys. I think they're looking for a good way, because anybody, like we said before that date, they will not get a community strike, but they do reserve the right to remove it. I think there'll be one gigantic sweep. That's how they want to do it. That's why they don't want to go back. They don't want the backlash. But you might see some of your videos all of a sudden gone from the past. Best thing to do is, if you released anything in the last 2 or 3 days, like Xenia said, use your discretion. But think, guys, remember, we're talking snowflake era. I don't like using that term much, but we are. I'm saying it for the algorithm, and it will always favor the conservative side of decision making when it comes to videos. So if you did stuff with, say, like a husband and wife skits and acting like kids, it looks funny, but a lot of really bad, lot of adult content, that's a great way to get it. If you're themed, if you like a Scooby-Doo channel, but you get on and you start talking sex and stuff like that with each other and that, like the guys and that, and it turns into one of all those things and everything in between. So just really think to yourself, think of any videos you made that you think might fall into that category. Go back and check them out. Look at it with a good eye, not your own. Think as if you were the algorithm. Is this going to fly or not? So,
well, Galaxy here is saying, I don't know how to explain this, but majority of people who watch my videos are 13 to 17, so it does fall into the group. Yep. And how would that work for me or others? Well, you have to really study family-friendly guidelines on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Like, study it to a T, because once again, If
And
it
there's a
is
lot.
something you are doing,
Yeah.
and that is what your channel is about, especially for you, you have to like know by heart what you can and you can't put on there, especially if it's memes like for you. Definitely. It definitely gonna target the channels that are already targeted, like grouped, focused on that age group, but it's definitely gonna take by chance all the other channels too. Just because all of us are creating a general content, right? But sometimes it might not be as friendly to kids. It doesn't mean that it's harmful to kids, but it still is against the guidelines. It's still against the guidelines. So that's the problem. That's the problem here. What is and what is not okay. Guys, what do you think about that? Do you see anything on your channel being flagged as inappropriate? By the way, if you do get any of your content removed, pay quick attention to that and very good attention, and don't make those type of videos at all.
And guys, you can find the link to creating content for kids in that same link. And once you get onto it, guys, it is a lot of stuff. We're familiar with it, and it is a lot. There you go, guys. They have it broken up, or you can download it by PDF, but there is a lot to cover, a lot to understand. And this is the same as what it was if you've ever worked in anything for creating kids material in print and stuff like that. Television or anything, you're going to find the same kind of idea into it. It is a lot of work. The hardest thing to create is for kids. I've done a little bit of it before, and when you get into it, there's shades that you're allowed to use, not allowed to use, different shapes you're not allowed to use. It gets right down into that. It is very, very, very meticulous. So
Mickey XO says, swimming video of mine comment was disabled because my son was in the beginning. Yes, and this falls under the update before this update about the comment section, that if the kids are in your videos, then your comment section might be disabled. Once again, that went as a sweep through a lot of creators, and it took a long time to get back some of the comment sections, even for those that had nothing to do with family content whatsoever.
That cannabis show, how are you? Great to see you. Great to see you. Great to see all you guys in here, gents. Now, how are you? See, all you guys like there, the cannabis guys, fooling around. You guys got to be so careful from this point on. And I'm not picking on them. Because I know he's great at passing the message on to his followers. You guys are going to be walking a fine line and making sure there's nothing in there that looks like it's going to attract kids anywhere. And there's so many groups. Also, like I say, like the Disney groups and all that. There's so many of them because a lot of them are adults doing stuff. What is your name? What is your name is WTFs. Pusha, what is your name is WTF.
Well, you can make up some kind of different other abbreviation for that.
Exactly.
Excessive profanity.
Yep, that's right. So, but that's it, guys. And I know a lot put on, like I say, especially another one I really worry about is like husband and wife. We get on here and we joke around, just doing kind of skit type of things and stuff like that, fooling around. That can even be misconstrued into it by the algorithm, and once again, hence getting repercussions for it. So
I assume, and then again, it's assumption, it's not a law, that especially cannabis community will have to age restrict all their content.
Yep.
I really think so.
Yep.
But again, it's not said by YouTube, but reading these guidelines, it seems to me that there is no way how you can possibly present it for it to still be under the general.
That cannabis show, I couldn't agree with you more. So we get slammed because of bad parenting. I agree. I guys, let's call it for what it is. I don't like using the term, but I said a while ago, this is the snowflake effect, and it's going to be heavily implemented. Because why? We got great big manufacturers that advertise on here, and that's exactly what they want, as sanitized as humanly possible. When we're talking about this, don't think for 1 second we like where it's going. I just want to say that for the record. But it's not going to change onto it. So that's the thing.
Yeah, we can discuss it, and we can only try to understand what kind of content exactly do they mean by these new guidelines. 30 and Hating It is here as well, asking for what are the updates, where is the link to view the changes. Okay, let me.
Oh, I thought you had put it out when I said a while ago. Sorry about that. I just assumed. I assumed my bad. So my bad. To be honest, my kids not allowing on YouTube the videos that are made for kids are messed up, showing kids being brats and playing with cleaners. Yeah. Yes. And that's why they had built the kids up. That was supposed to fix all these problems. You know, a lot of them they keep from it. And that was sanitized through. That's what was made for young people. Because, guys, we're not just talking about infants. We're not just talking about toddlers, preschoolers. It is the snowflake effect. That's exactly. It is the snowflake effect. That's right, Philip. It really is. It really is, guys. And that's the hardest part. When you don't know where to stand, how do you protect yourself from falling into a crack? That's the hard part about all this. And I'm going to play devil's advocate. Not that I want to. This hurts me. It pains me. They got to, because there's 2 billion plus channels. There's no way they can set really a steadfast one on anything, because there's always going to be loopholes to get around it. So they leave themselves an out to be able to get rid of channels without any other explanation if they don't like what they're doing. I don't like it. Once again, I'm just saying if we were paid members on here working, things could be different, because then we'd be kind of like employees are contracted by YouTube and have a demand a little more standing. But the way it stands, there's not much that can be done about it.
Alcohol, tobacco, cannabis should not be targeted to children. It should not be targeted to children, but even if it's not targeted to children, now the question is how much you can have on your content, because it has nothing to do with being targeted to children. It's not only the content that is targeted to children that is gonna fall under these guidelines. All content in general
That's right.
that
You're all
can
part
be
of it.
viewed by kids
Yep.
can fall under this. This is where the problem is. It's not just kids-oriented content.
Backroad Freedom, great to see him. Great to see my friend. I agree a bit with the bad parenting syndrome, because, like, think of it. When you're in your home, you have a bunch of TV channels. And you have everything from preschool channels all the way up to Cinemax and Showtime, Playboy, etc. And those things are in the home, and you can password protect, you can do all these things. But they're treating it here like just because we're on YouTube, that it's the whole world open to all of them. There's no other way to keep them out. And, you know, we're all kind of paying the price for it. I wish they would come down harder on the things that we actually know are causing the problems on here. And the stuff that they're talking about mainly in here, I remember it quite well. Like I say, the Bradbury brothers, that's their names.
Yes.
The ones that did all the Elsa versus Spider-Man shit and stuff like that. And that crazy idiot that was using the syringes and all that stuff. That stuff was what it was supposed to target. And back then, their answer to it was just to age restrict it. But now, they're going further, way, way, way further. And whenever they go way, way further, that gray opens up a lot more than it did before. So something's got them running scared right now. And usually that's because they're terrified of another apocalypse happening. Somebody somewhere has got them spooked, and this is their reactionary defense to it. Is a blanket that has no ending onto it. No beginning, no ending.
Yes, Matthew, exactly. It's no fun. It becomes no fun.
And I'm not provocating that every sociopath have a page on here. There is got to be some limits. I don't believe in it being free speech to every lunatic on here wielding something that shouldn't be said. I mean, there has got to be something. There's got to be some standard on here, or it will just turn into a ghetto, for lack of a better term. But that said, it also too means we're becoming so mum's the word, nobody even knows what we can talk about in here anymore. Look at the other night, guys, that video we did. I'm sorry, I'm getting a brain freeze now. Which one was it the other night? 40 pages you can't say on YouTube. About that list of 40 pages of words. Like, Xenia and I had a debate for God knows how long to decide if we should even put that up. There it is right there. Is it going to get our channel in trouble? Is it going to get out? You know, you really can't be hot under the collar on here anymore.
Yes, that's right. And, you know, there are some examples here as well put in, and we can go dive a little bit deeper into what they explain about what kind of content is under fire here, and try to to figure out if it applies to everybody or not. 30 and hunting, I hate to say it, but I kind of disagree. My channel dates back to 2006. I miss the old YouTube pre-Google, back in the Wild West days. At least it was a community. Yeah,
I do too, but there was no, I mean, I'm not standing up for the decision either or. Yes, there was back then, but there was also less grip on the internet, less understanding, and there was no money involved with it. This is because money is involved. And there's one side that really misses that. But at the same time, too, it couldn't. Most of us today are doing videos, live streams, everything 1080 and up, and it's gigantic storage that's needed. Mammoth server farms to hold all of it. I'm not saying I like it, but they have to. They have to be able to. They have to have somebody to pay for where it goes. It's a business. They're a private business, and I get where you're coming from, but it's just not like, and it's never going back to that. It's just not going to happen. I've said something before that was not popular. Well, no, actually, it was very popular with a lot, more than I thought, but some really didn't like it. So no more terrible jokes. Yes, Mike, there's a great example, especially if you do a joke, like, I don't know, I'm just going to take an example. Donald Duck taking a whiz, on the thumbnail and stuff like that and everything else you lead into it. Like all those things that can hit you right there and say, oh, you were baiting to kids. Even though you didn't talk about kids once you're in there, you didn't do anything with kids, you already are considered baiting them in to see it. That's how quickly it turns now. That's probably a quick example of it right there.
Now, any kind of content that could emotionally distress kids are under fire as well. So if you decide to discuss, let's say, addictions, death, online gambling, arguments between parents, anything like that.
Sexual orientation, all those things are all going to play into it. There's so many things that's going to be a
exactly. So even if your live streams or your content is not targeted to kids, but they carry that heavily on their content, their title, tagging, anywhere, you can fall under fire. And now the question remains if it is going to be have to be age restricted or removed completely. It's still unclear. It's still unclear because what it says is that kind of content is not going to be allowed.
Yep.
But what, we're not going to be able to discuss anymore? Like, I don't know, grieving process of dying relative, let's say, or how to take on parents' divorce. I don't know, like heavy kind of content. It's just not going to be allowed at all.
And before it's said, guys, I want to show you something before, because I know it's going to come at some point about the big guys are going to get all kinds of special treatment. Most of those, though, will be the networks, not even the big YouTubers. I can't stress that enough. And there's a guy, guys, Philip DeFranco. We all know him, who half to three-quarters of the videos are demonetized just for talking subjects in the news. I'm not the biggest fan of him, so it's not a fanboy talk. I'm just saying it does run its way out the ladder, and this was happening to him covering news stories before something like this even hits in. So it just shows you how much more it's expanding and how many more bigger channels are going to get it. I wonder, like a show like First We Feast, how they'll do into it.
I don't even know. Yeah. Like, there are comments if people are sharing their own experience of past problems, let's say, so they want to help people that are possibly in the same, situation right now. Like, how do you handle that content? I don't know. The answer is we don't know. This is gonna really show once they start removing the content during this month, once people starting to get the strikes at the end of September.
The disclaimer, Tales of Solstice is going to be setting it to age restricted. That's what it's going to come down to. That's the disclaimer that's going to be accepted, because the algorithm's going to pay no attention to it. And you could, everything has a disclaimer, and you can maybe fight something. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. The biggest thing is can you get a chance to have a fair shake at getting your point across? And that's why you got to decide when you do something, am I gonna commit to it or not? Am I accepting the fact that I might get a penalty for doing this? Because you might be in the right, but just because you're in the right doesn't mean you're going to get through to anybody in the end that can really help you or gives you the attention you deserve to get it fixed. And that's happened lots here and before, lots of times. Look at Mickey. Look how long it took her to get her channel back. Mickey was absolutely in the right with all the proof. Mickey XOXO. But it took a long time to get through to anybody that was able to help her. She was in the right. It was pretty easy to say. Like for most of us standing on the sidelines, it's a cut and dry case. But it's not once you get into the YouTube realm. Because there's millions of people hitting at that time with their own problem. And it just gets lost in the mix. So really make sure you're ready to commit to something if you want to do it. And know that there is consequences that you might not be able to reverse even if you were in the right. So
now the only thing that YouTube does state about putting the quotes in your description is if there is any kind of like harmful, dangerous acts like risky extreme sports or something like that. And if you do put the disclaimer, minors are warned not to perform the dangerous activities, and you only need a professional or adult supervision. That's when they might leave it as a regular content and not put it in the age-restricted division, if it is there, but only might. And that's the only way they are talking about putting anything in quotes in your description. Anything else, they don't state that. So, you might put it, might not. Same as people put with copyright, It falls under copyright, this and this law. Well, it's all BS. I mean, YouTube doesn't care if you put it there or not, So, yeah, I mean, any kind of pranks, any kind of extreme activities that basically kids can be imitating, anything like that is definitely going to be falling under this. Pranks were heavily targeted last year already.
Yep.
This is going to fall once again under them. So anything that can possibly they be imitating definitely is going to be removed and most likely striked as well. Remember, once again, if it is age-restricted content that you are putting out there, it should be marked as age-restricted, but you're also losing your monetization for that content, which, I mean, lots of channels are going to get demonetized. That's exactly what's going to happen. Slot Jeff, hello.
It's hard because we're not picking any channel, but I'll give another one I was thinking about a while ago. I wouldn't be surprised is, God help them, I love these guys, but be careful, anybody doing the hot sauce, the hot peppers, the hot that kind of stuff as well. Remember, all that falls underneath food, which can be said was attracts kids. There is so many pitfalls to fall in on this one, guys. It's sad. It really is. Because I'm glad you guys are taking it so seriously and discussing it and debating it, because that's what we wanted, guys. On the surface, this all just makes sense. Oh, those idiots that do all that stuff. Huh, good. Get rid of them. I want them to. And we do too. But it goes way deeper than that. And it's always going to be with YouTube is the gray area and who can fall into this. And we always get channels, guys, coming in here after something like that happens, messaging us and the stuff that never thought. And you know what? A lot of times I never would have thought either until they're serious. And I look and like we have to figure out why they got it, because most times they come in, they don't know why they got hit with a strike or something. It's not like the music ones are copyright just straight out. It's very easy, very, very easy to get one in here. And yes, the algorithm, I cannot stress enough, always goes on the conservative side, guys. It will always want to play it safe versus take a chance. And most of the reviews as well. And yes, they're not always by humans, even though they claim them to be.
No. And once again, I repeat, if there is your library, like 30 and hating it, saying about pranks, your library is not falling under the possible strike. That's what they say, at least, but you will have to keep a close eye on it, because we all know how that works. What they say is that all content prior to 21st of August that is falling under this new policy will be removed. And the strike, you can only receive the strike if it's a new content starting from August 21st.
Grow Canada 420. I got 2 strikes right now. YouTube wasn't helpful. All they told me, cannabis seeds were harmful content. That's what we were talking about a while ago. And that's not our personal opinion on it. Please don't get mad at us, think we don't like it, don't support you. You guys got right now a target on your back. So, and it's going to be very, very, like Xenia said, hard to proceed almost without going age restricted.
Yeah,
Not fair, not right.
I don't know, even beer now, beer review channels. If I would have anything related to guns, cannabis, alcohol, any kind of alcohol, I would right now just age restrict everything till we understand what is going on.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's what I would be doing just to be safe, especially if you already have 2 strikes, because the third one is going to get your channel removed.
It is walking a fine line, guys. And if you've been doing this for 2 years and had no problem with it, and this is going through, what happens, you get like 3/4 of your videos taken away the next day. That's a big part of your catalog gone.
Yeah.
And that, it happens. It does happen. So all my videos are age restricted, and most of them are on private. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, private is private.
Yeah. It's still going to get hit. It can still get hit, so. Make sure even those ones at least are age restricted. Unless they're really bad, then you might want to even just, I don't know. I feel bad for a lot of people. I do, because I see a lot of channels. I know the gray area is going to be a dangerous place to be.
Miss Newton's Big Family Big Noise is asking what's the update. I got here late and we have 30 hitting in. Trouble is they removed 10-plus-year-old videos on my channel recently. That personality hurt me because I go back when YouTube first started. It was like family betrayal. Yeah, I know. And there's going to be more of that. And what about my dark poetry? I talk about real world issues that kids might be dealing with. Yes. Well, that's the question.
Yes.
Will it have to be age restricted now? Because it is emotionally impacting minors. And again, remember, we are parents, okay? So it's not like we are saying, well, kids don't get affected by content. Yes, we have an 8-year-old, we have a 12-year-old, 21-year-old. We understand. But I think this is putting it way too far. We see it from both sides, as parents, as creators, and I think this is just putting creators under fire. Yeah. Kids if they want to find something, they're going to find it anyway. The accidental content should be more focused on kids' YouTube app and more focused on working on that and making it more safe. As for general content, I mean, internet is full of things, not just YouTube.
Here's another one. How are you? Thank you for getting the news out. Funko Pops, guys. Oh my God, another one. I was thinking of you guys a while ago. And I'm not trying to belittle anybody in anything. Please know that. We're just talking about these are things that they can easily say are for kids, and you're sitting back having a couple of drinks with the guys, and just talking that night. You're collectors. You're not kids. We're just trying to say, guys, watch what your videos. Now, I know Forever Freaky, he's pretty on the up and up, so there's not too much gray with him in that one. But I know some that do, and that can get really crossing the lines, and that's a great one to get hit by this new thing. So, because the biggest update, guys, is they're going harder onto it, and they're going to be hitting with strikes. That's the biggest thing. You got to be so careful not to blur the world between adult and minor. And remember, guys, minor goes all the way up to 18.
And if it's intended for only adults, you have to put it under the age restricted one.
And once again, anybody who doesn't know, that means you're not monetized. The moment you do that, you've given up monetization for that video, which means you get less push, because they say they don't, but we all know they want to make money. So the ones that are going to make the money are going to get more push. So this is not us sitting here saying it's a good way to do it or anything like that. We're just talking about the rules and how they're going to be playing into it. We're not picking, we have our sides, but we're not condoning it or celebrating it or anything like that. It's just another gray mess, thanks to the good people at YouTube. And this was a soft release, guys. Once again, the same as the rounding numbers and other things. Just put out there. There's only 21 replies, which is anything usually like this on YouTube gets a ton of, the message board is a lot busier than this. It'd be all over Twitter, and this is about the only place we found it in one article. So, to my opinion on that, they want to get rid of a lot of videos. And this gives them the chance to do it, to just everybody wake up one day, and they're hoping that they're back far enough that you don't even notice they're gone. But you will notice your numbers go down, and you'll wonder why. And most likely it's because it took away a couple of your videos that you had up because it infringed on these these terms. So
And people with evergreen content is going to notice their revenue plumbing as well because their older videos are not there anymore or not monetized. So
yep.
have you shared it on Twitter? Well, we have shared our live stream on Twitter with a notification that there are changes. So definitely pass it along. We all, it is applies to everybody. That's what it is, a part of it. It doesn't apply just to family channels. It applies to everyone. It's growing too fast. Well, I think it has grown already too fast.
Yep.
And again, that's the problem is they should have done it a couple of years ago. Right now it's blown out of proportion. They can't control it or put it in any kind of framework anymore. And it is way too late to try to, gather the spilled water, so to say. It's just way past that by now.
YouTube is that fire hose out of control, guys. And all they can do is just try to keep the flames semi-contained. That's the moderators that they all hired to go through channels and check up on things that were when you flag them and all that stuff. They try to keep it quiet. There was an expose about it. They're quitting at alarming numbers because they don't have the tools to work with, and the resources, and they're just understaffed. It is just containment work at this time. But like security after a bad event, you see, I got to be even careful what word I choose right now to not make it worse for our channel. There is theater protection going on right now, and theater protection means when you put on something that really most likely won't handle most of the problem and most likely will inconvenience the people in here mostly that do things the right way. The gray area most likely will be paying 10 times more, if not more, than the ones who are actually doing the stuff that should be taken down. And that's happened here time and time again. You know what I'm talking about? Like at the airport now with all the security, like they say, still that's theater protection, most of it. It's the same here. It's the day-to-day people that are going to pay the most. So that's why, guys, really, really, really check out your work. See that it is as compliant. Don't look at it with your heart. Look at it as you are the algorithm. Judge it for yourself. If it needs to be age restricted before they get to it. Because it does suck when they take down a video. Maybe you had one up from 2 years ago that's got, 70, 80,000 views onto it. And then all of a sudden it's going to be gone. And there's not much time to do it. So make sure to check it out very soon. Family channels, anything that has to do, especially with any connection to kids, even if it was just a video one-time thing you made where you're, acting like Bart Simpson while you're drinking with your buddies and stuff like that. All those things are all now pitfalls to have that taken away from you.
But like I said, even the general subjects like arguments, death, addictions, problems in life of various degrees, all of those things fall into that as well. And we can go a little bit deeper into that as well and see what exactly do they mean by it. But what makes me the most worrisome about what kind of content is going to fall under this is the sentence about infliction of emotional distress on minors. That can be so gray. Emotional distress on minors, for somebody that is 5 years old, and here, I'm a psychologist, but even without a psychology degree, that something that is going to be distressful for a 5-year-old is not going to cause any distress for a 12-year-old or 18-year-old, or 17-year-old, because it's under 18. So how they're going to do this, I don't understand. So let's go through this and see what kind of content would fall into this, and if we can find any general examples that could fall under this. Outdoors with Eric, hello, how are you? New updates on YouTube, we are talking about that. New content update changes, and that's exactly what we're talking about. You can check it out. So the content that are going to be removed, for those of you that are just coming in, just an update, the content that was okay before might be removed now. It's with regards to your old content, but for the content starting of 21st of August, you not only can get it removed, you can also get a strike for content that might impact kids, meaning that any general content, not just the content targeted for children, can fall under this new community guideline rule.
In short, guys, anything you don't adult rate is up for grabs. Everything has a chance of being affected by this if you do not age restrict it right off the get-go. And you could even be talking about anything that's to help people, and if you just have a pretty picture on the front of your thumbnail, that could be enough to trigger it. Who knows? Who knows? But you are open to it. Anything we put on here from this point on that's not age restricted, there is a chance we can fall into this. Because it's up to the algorithm, it's up to moderators that go through on the second look. So who knows? And usually, especially when something like this is first implemented, it is not only conservative but very, very, very hard. It hits a lot first. A lot of people get it. So best advice I can say, anything you think, and really think about it. Don't think about how you feel, what type of humor you got. It doesn't matter at that point, because it's not going to judge it on your humor. You really have to just look at it coldly, look at it like the algorithm, and say, is this going to fly? Is this going to get me flagged? I don't know.
So once again, content that is meant for adults and not targeting younger minors and families won't be removed, but it may be age restricted and therefore will lose its monetization. Mm-hmm. And if you create adult content that could be confused as family entertainment, make sure that everything in your title, descriptions, tags, video itself, the thumbnail match the audience that you're targeting, meaning that it is family friendly altogether. And if you're not sure, basically, age restricted. Now, do we want to go to the detail of what kind of type of content it could be? I know I have a different page open.
I don't have that one though. Where did you get that one?
It's okay. We don't have to show it on the screen. We can just talk about it.
Talk away though.
Okay, so some of those are pretty understandable, like sexualization of minors, that's understandable. Cyberbullying, harassment involving minors, that's also understandable. Now, the things that come under the question is harmful or dangerous acts involving minors. So content showing a minor participating in dangerous activity, or that encourage minors to engage in dangerous activities. That's where all the stunts, all the extreme sports, all the pranks, all the dares, all the challenges that everybody likes here so much, that's where it all falls into practice.
But can I give there's a great example. Say you're a farming channel and you're baling hay. I grew up on a farm, rough and tough onto it. And your 7-year-old who's grown up on a farm jumps off the trailer when there's a bale of hay on top of the trailer. He jumps off and rolls. You'd be surprised. That's the kind of stuff sometimes that's going to get caught into this. There's an exact example. Those are the main ones they're going after. That's that gray area sometimes that people fall into. So I just wanted to bring that up as well. That's another example. Oh, you used to put it up there? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. My apologies.
That's okay. It's all
My
good.
apologies.
It's okay. So that's something. If you have something in mind that you can come up with, that maybe your content is falling under this, or maybe you think of something that might be questionable but still falls under this, let us know. Then, of course, misleading family content that targets young minors and families but contains sexual themes, violence, that's understandable. Other mature themes not suitable for young audiences. Young audience, 17-year-old and a 2-year-old is two different audiences. Yep. How are we going to make a difference now between a 2-year-old and a 17-year-old? We are not. We're going to make it age restricted and therefore not monetized.
Yep.
So also themes like, again, death, drugs, violence, age inappropriate themes. But for example, death or drugs can be age appropriate if we're talking about how to avoid it, or we're talking about examples. But are those going to be okay? Probably not.
But once again, there's our example with even one of the big ones, like Philip DeFranco covers those all the times in the news. We also have somebody like Boogie 2988 that talked about his past and his like suicide attempts stuff. All
Yes.
these things will be hit in there.
That's right. We have channels that are, for example, ex-prisoners that are talking about their experience in prison as
Yep.
an example of what not to do so you don't get into prison. Well, most likely those will have to be age restricted because of the content that they have.
Yep.
So that falls under that. You would think it doesn't, but it does. So once again, it would have to be removed or age restricted. And if it doesn't get put in an age restricted category, you will get a strike.
Yep.
Okay. And then my favorite one, or the one that gets the most, as I
Unreal.
said, is infliction of emotional distress on minors. Content that could cause minor participants or viewers emotional distress, such as exposing minors to mature themes, simulating parental abuse, coercing minors, or violence, etc.
And you see on the face of it that what they just listed there, we get that. But that, if there's not a broader statement on YouTube, I don't know what is. That covers the whole gamut. The whole gamut. That could be anything. Once again, like I brought up with the kid jumping off the trailer. Same thing with this. Who knows where it stops? Do you know the line? Nobody knows the line. And you think common sense would dictate it. But what if you're talking about, you're worried about your neighbor that something has happened with their kids or something like that? How far does each one of these realms go? Like I say, come on, Chris, let's go. Is that considered it? Did I tug on his shirt and that looks bad? Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Now, this policy applies to everything. Once again, your videos, descriptions, comments, guys, comments, live streams, any other products. If you're featuring, for example, your merchandise and it's not falling under these broad guidelines and you're featuring it in somewhere on YouTube, well, that might get you a strike too. And they also say it is incomplete list, so who knows what else comes into it. As for vulgar language, and somebody asked about that, excessive profanity may lead to age restriction. Like they said beforehand, it's okay to curse.
Yep.
Within reason. But
for my interpretation of it, if you keep it kind of like I always say, the HBO style, you're going to be okay. If you drop the odd F-bomb every 25 minutes or something like that, or in between it, the odd one, if you're cursing any kind of a streak, and I mean, this does not have to be sailor to count, it is going to be most likely age restricted onto it.
no, of course, make a very huge focus if any of your videos do have tags like for children, family friendly, all of that. That's like you are gonna get targeted first and foremost. But it is not only limited to child-oriented content. Basically, what YouTube says with this is that all content on YouTube that is publicly viewable have to be family oriented and family friendly. If it is not, it has to be at least age restricted, if not removed. And that's exactly how you should be looking at your content from now on. And 2 days before today, it has to be family oriented. If it is public and viewable for everybody, it has to be family oriented. Keep that in mind. That's the synopsis of all of this that we're talking about. Family-oriented content on YouTube, if it is publicly available for everybody.
My content is meant to be scary and creepy, Pusa. They are getting ridiculous with all the censoring. Well, yeah.
I agree.
And the Camel Cowboy Outdoors says, what doesn't cause distress for 90% of kids, but distress 10%? What percentage is taboo? 1%. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And even on average, if we're talking about what causes, like I said, like what causes distress for 17-year-old is not going to,
Exactly.
how you can compare the age groups even. That's impossible.
Yep.
It's too broad. And I agree to what Andrew is saying, and I hadn't even thought about that, but I really agree to what you said, that they just wanted to get rid of a lot of videos, basically, that are bugging them up right now and heavying their servers, and they just found another way how to do it.
That's my opinion on it. If I wanted to watch Disney, I would watch TV. I know, D-Crack. We're not in disagreement with you guys, by the way. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. A barbecue video might make a kid want to eat until they get fat. Suburban BBQ, you know, that's where it's kind of going a little bit. What about in real life stream? Oh, it does.
Yes, it applies to everything.
Any content on YouTube is content on YouTube. A live stream, video, whatever the case, they all fall under that category.
No,
so now, sorry. So
I have a question.
Let's
say, yeah.
So now all the channels helping kids prevent from harm has to be age restricted or removed, and most of my gaming videos have to be deleted now. We don't know about that yet.
Know.
No, bring your kid in. No, we don't know that yet. We got to see what happens, but you got to be very careful. We're not telling everybody to jump the gun and delete everything tonight. We're just saying to go back now and look at your catalog and see where you think it falls into. That's why I wanted to get out as fast as possible, because it's already implemented. And the way it's done is typical. And yes, like I said a while ago, I have my reasons for saying it. But like something like this is controversial. If they had released it properly, do you think there would, like, honestly, do you think there would have only been 21 replies? And they've gained one since we found out about this.
Yeah.
So it just shows you what they wanted to be done with it. So
it's definitely gonna blow up. It's gonna, as more and more creators are gonna get to know about it.
Yep.
It hasn't yet because nobody knows about it, because it's been shush as always. All of their important updates are. So hello, Jasmine's entertaining came in and just right about my question. What about mukbang channels? Aren't they like, you're not supposed to overeat?
Yeah.
It can harm your health. I mean, I know the channel is for fun and we're having entertainment and fun, but is it family friendly? I don't know. Like, what is not family friendly anymore? I don't know. Where do we go under? Like, there are some things that are understandable, but some things that just make me question. Will it be family friendly anymore? I don't know.
I got to ask this because this is driving me crazy. I'm looking. Didine officials, is this check mark for meaning you got people? Because we'll have to time you out. I'm going to remove
most likely.
Yeah,
Outdoors with Eric says great info tonight. I wasn't even aware of this.
And I just wanted to give I just wanted to tell you that if that is, we're going to have to time you out next time. Please don't do that. Talk to people. I don't want to be like YouTube. That's why I wanted to give a fair. So next time we'll have to time you out. We don't allow sub for sub in here. No check marking. No, I rubber booted you. No, I got you. Anything like that. You want to tell channels, you check them out. Let them know the proper way, please. Talk to them.
Sue Nelson, hello. How did we what about ASMR channels? Well, ASMR channels have been under fire for a while now as well, just because lots of people are associating that with sexually intended content, which it is not.
Yep.
Nevertheless, some creators, even in ASMR community, is using it as such, and therefore causing some fire there too.
That's what's going to happen a lot. The one that has her blouse all undone and the half sticking out and pretending like she's you're going to the dentist and stuff, or even worse, acting like a bit of more childlike role play. That's exactly another realm I'm sure they have their sights deadlocked onto.
Yeah.
Odd. The stuff that goes on here that you can find, that's odd, and this is what they're trying to attack. And kudos for them, because there's some stuff on here. There's that one about breastfeeding, remember? The kid's like 5 years old, and I'm not even judging on that part, God help me. But it's basically just her, like these women in panties, just moving around with their kids. I mean, you can tell exactly what it's all about. But the sad part is that farmer with that kid jumping off a trailer is most likely going to get hit before that one does, just because of the way it always ends up. The gray takes the biggest strike.
Yeah, no, and no, it's not like ASMR is forbidden now. It's no, that's not what I said. I said that a lot of that content gets swept under being sexually intended, which some of it is, unfortunately, thanks to some of the creators. But originally, that's not what it was for. Now, again, as Andrew said, don't go deleting your videos, your past library. If YouTube is going to see something that is wrong with it, is going to remove it itself, and you're not going to get strike for your past content. You got to pay attention for the content that you posted literally starting with the August 21st and from now on, and keep your mind open, because you know how YouTube works. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. It is a very random act. Unfortunately, we're gonna only know at the end of September, and even then, it's probably just gonna be the beginning of all of this. Hello, Life with Domo, Bait the Hook.
Yeah, Bait the Hook. It
Yeah.
was all over Phil DeFranco, and then that's where I'd seen that one and stuff like that. And yeah, there was all kinds of stuff.
Yes, you lose watch time. If the videos are removed by YouTube or you delete the video, yes, you lose watch time and those views, obviously. A kill shot. Yeah, Life with Domo. Hello, hello.
Daryl
Pristy,
Stokes, glad you could make it. I love this guy's thumbnail, just as a side note. Glad you're in here. Really nice.
What while we are doing this, guys, is as always, we do the work for you, so you don't have to. And we go from the original source of YouTube itself here. As always, we want you to have awareness of what's going on, and then it is your choice and what you do with your channel. If you proceed with what you're doing or not, if you make any changes, it is up to you. We just want to inform you what is going on and have a little bit of a discussion about what you think about this as well.
And guys, like we say, this was a soft release, which I don't think was fair. I do have my opinions why they did it that way. So that's the thing, was to try and get out here as much as possible. Ralph, how are you? How are you? Great to see you. How can these new guidelines be effective in a good way if it's too broad? Well, that's the thing, Jackie. That's exactly it. But I mean, with most YouTube things, they're always going to be broad. I'm playing devil's advocate on that part for me. I don't agree with it. I think they could take a harder stance. At least get rid of the problem ones before they start fading out. Set a couple of them very... Okay, I want to come back to me for a second. Here's the dilemma that YouTube is into. YouTube does not want to look like it's censoring people because they don't want the backlash. They don't want the backlash from the creators, so they don't want to make it too narrow and look like they're picking on specific groups. But if they don't do something about those specific groups, the advertisers are going to come after them. So they're always caught in the middle between a balance between a free platform and keeping advertisers who pay to have this platform going. Now, once again, but we got to kind of look at it. If we're going to look at it fairly, we got to look at it from both sides. It is an awful, awful place to be there into, because that is almost near impossible to balance. So by broadening it out, and a lot of people unfortunately getting caught in the shockwave or the mushroom cloud after the explosion, is there a way of trying to cover it to say, okay, we're clamping down on a whole big section? Yes, some people are unfairly hit into it, but those are the breaks. We want to play it safe, and then that keeps the advertisers happy. That's exactly what's going on. And by doing this early, especially as a soft release, is a great way for them to get rid of a whole bunch of videos they're hoping the other creators have forgotten about and won't even notice, don't check their analytics very often, and won't even see them gone. And every one of them that's gone is one less chance for them in their head to get in trouble. So everything is to avoid an apocalypse. Everything they're doing is to avoid that. Mary's Vegetable Garden, no problem. And neither do we. I mean, just by luck to get a hold of this. I mean, it was just by luck. There was no fanfare. Like I said, you can see it. It's right there. It's been up for 2 days. It had 21 replies to it. Something this controversial, they'd probably have hundreds of thousands by now onto here.
Well, if they would have put in the update on Twitter, that would have by now blown up crazy, but they didn't.
I found one article on it so far.
Yeah.
It has not made the runs, that's for sure, by any way.
Ralph's Trucking in the house. Hello, how are you? And Ralph Morick is here as well. How are you doing? She calls me Pinky Davis. Hello, welcome back here. I think it's fair, but also takes common sense for one to know what is child friendly or not. Well, yes and no. Like I said, the most questionable one is emotional distress causing content. Something that is going to be causing emotional stress for a 17-year-old. Or the other way around, causing stress for a 5-year-old is not going to cause stress for a 17-year-old, but it applies for everybody under 18.
It's going to be really hard for especially teens and that are on here with their own channels.
Yeah.
They're going to have a hell of a time because they're basically just chasing them right out. Because everything they make that speaks to their age group is going to be the complete polar opposite of what's considered non-threatening to anybody younger than them. They're gonna get really burnt at the stake on this one, in my opinion. It's a no-win situation on it. So, I mean, it will be interesting to see, but a lot of channels, a lot of family channels are really going to take a hit. Like they've already been taking big hits lately. I'm just checking to see if we're still monetized for this one or limited.
I just wonder if they are trying to deprecate the kids app altogether as well in time. Maybe they are trying to consolidate everything altogether now. They took away gaming app. Kids app is still there. The purpose was to filter out the content in the kids app.
Exactly.
Like, what is the purpose of this?
Yep.
It is not supposed to be kids-friendly programming in general. I mean, it's internet. You know, I don't know. It's just weird. I think there's something else coming up after that. Definitely, as you said, there are some changes coming up, but who knows what. Silver Shadows, thank you.
I hope, guys, you guys can help us out on this one. As soon as this live stream's done, if you guys can keep it trending by coming back and putting some comments onto it about what we talked about tonight, your thoughts, your feelings onto it and that, and try and keep the conversation rolling underneath it as well. I know you have lots of places to go and lots of things to see, but you can spare like 5 minutes, come back and really put some comments under it and keep it rolling. I think it hits a lot of us. It's good to get the word out. It gets it out to more people by doing that. And it is an important topic. It really does, guys. It does make a big difference. You guys do it. Would love to be a fly on YouTube's wall when they discuss new changes in meetings. Yes, bossy. I would too. And like I said, great to see you, by the way. Like I said, guys, I am playing devil's advocate because we can't crap all with them either. They're caught in one of the worst spots, and it could be a free platform that's built on the idea of expression versus the necessity for somebody to pay. If there was no advertisers, there'd be no YouTube. There'd be none. It cannot survive. It went that long without turning a profit. It cannot go back to it. The videos that we put up now are so much bigger than they were before. And the server farms are gigantic and still in heavy need to be able to keep up with what's going up on here, guys. Just think about how many hundreds of thousands of videos go up in a month. At 1080, most of them minimum now. A lot of them 4K. Yes, even at YouTube's compression, it still has to be stored somewhere. So it's not an easy position to be. I don't like the way they put it out, but I sincerely think that was the reason why, is they just want to get rid of a lot of videos without the fanfare. They want them to just kind of fade into the sunset. The algorithm will find them, remove them, and they're not giving strikes for anybody that was before the day of this, and that gives them an out to get rid of a lot.
Now, I'm just going back on Twitter for Team YouTube, and there is nothing whatsoever. The pinned tweet still refers to the copyright policies that we did cover last week. Yeah, there is nothing. There is literally nothing about this on internet besides that post. Yeah, and it is not a spam. It is verified by the Google employee, so it is not spam. Paul Pack Drywall Tube, hello, how are you? Priscilla, honey, how are you doing?
Welcome, guys. By the way, is Talk to Dot, is she still here? Talk to Dot, are you still in the room?
Talk to Dot.
Talk to Dot, if you're in the room, please let us know. Talk to Dot. All right, guys, let's do that, okay? I feel really bad, okay?
Yeah.
All right, guys, Talk to Dot is only 19 away from 1K. I apologize for that. Thank you so much for your patience. Guys, let's just get her where she's got to go. Talk to Dot. Guys, I'm going to even blow the horn. I'm going to put up some echo. She deserves that. She's been so patient through this. We'll get back to talking in a second. Let's just give her the whole fanfare, guys. And thank you so much for being so gracious like that. I appreciate that. You really are awesome. We don't always get that kind of understanding. So I want to thank you. Do you need the link? Xenia? I forgot to ask.
No.
You're good? All right, guys. Everybody help out Talk to Dot, guys. She only needs 15 to go to 1K. And she's been so respectful the whole time as we were in our conversation. My apologies for that, Talk to Dot. Guys, just put her across. We're honored. I mean that. I really do. That is so respectful of you. We don't always get that treatment. to ask for something like that for a half hour, usually there's a hate video made by now with us and Pitchfork. So you are absolutely awesome. 987, guys. 3 more to go for Talk to Dot. She's about to hit 1K, guys. 11 more to go. She has been so respectful and so kind to let us get in more of our discussion in before we got to this. Please show her some love, guys. I like to see good people celebrated. 11 more to go, folks. Do it. Grab it up, guys. 989, 994. You know, it's true, boss. It's true. Believe it. I consider the hate video, though. Talk to Dot. That is awesome. 6 more to go, guys. 6 more to go for Talk to Dot, guys. That's the kind of people, guys, I love to try and help out on here, guys. Remember, it's her victory, not ours. Just a little commercial we are. But way to go, Talk to Dot. You're almost there. Come on, guys. Grab them up, grab them up, grab them up. Sorry, Bait the Hook. I've never even seen it. I'm sorry.
I've seen it, yeah.
You did? Okay. 997, guys. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. Grab them up, guys. Grab her up. Talk to Dot, guys. Only 3 more to go. 3 more to go, folks. Help her out. We're all in together. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Talk to Dot, guys. 1001. Very nice. Very nice. Corin Torres, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I misplaced some ants in the picnic. Did anyone try? Yes, Frida laughed out. But all is good. All is good. There you go, guys. And once again, thank you so much for being so gracious and understanding. Talk to Dot. Guys, if you don't have Talk to Dot, grab her up. If you have already, throw some chat, some emojis out, guys. Celebrate for Talk to Dot. That is fantastic. Great to see all you guys in here. Not my link, but kids. Bait the Hook says.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, Xenia's seen it already. Awesome. 720 is oil upside down. Interesting.
Oh, congratulations.
Very
once
nice.
Again, very nice. Very well deserved.
There you go. 1005, a couple to boot. Why not? Why not? Yes, it is. That was nice. That was nice to see. And thank you so much. And I really mean that sincerely. Total respect to you. Sorry it took so long, but thank you so much for your understanding. Great job, guys. 1005 for Talk to Dot.
Clown Broad says, moving here, heard lots of good things about you all. Well, thank you so much and welcome here.
God, I hope we live up to them. We'll try our best, but it's a pleasure to have you in. Thank you, guys. We're getting some more subscribers. We're now 30 away from 9,600, guys. We're 430 away from hitting 10,000. Thanks to all you amazing people, guys.
Now, so we're discussing today the new updates on the community guidelines. I would really call it more content guidelines, but yes, YouTube new policy updates. One of the things in Destination Chronicles have mentioned that mainstream TV shows different commercials for different content. Why can't YouTube do the same? Say we sign up for the category, the veras, then we comply to those rules of category. Now, there have been multiple creators, big and small, talking about that why there is no commercials, specific commercials for specific audiences, you know, exactly like you were just saying. Now, the latest interview of dear Miss Susan with Guardian, where she was asked the same question, she answered that nobody's interested in it. Sometimes I wonder, where do they get information from? I really do. Because literally, she was asked, why is YouTube not doing more specific advertising, since there is different kind of content, obviously, and of course there would be specific advertisers. There are plenty of companies that are only for mature audiences, for example. Why not? They would love to jump on it. You know, and therefore it would be easier to monetize and easier to categorize this content as well. But Susan, she answered that, no content creator or viewers are interested in it. It just shows how far away from the reality of YouTube viewers, even not just even content creators, but viewers as well. The head of YouTube is.
Thank you, Mr. Mad.
You know.
I just want to say hi to a couple people because there's so many people. Romel, thank you for helping out. We don't want to talk too much about reaching goals, though, please, guys. I really don't want that kind of stuff. Please, just talk to each other, get to know each other. It's nice to get to meet some people. Everybody has a goal when they're on here, and that's what it's really all about. So, especially tonight when it's more of an information night, we don't mind you guys meeting people if you want to and stuff, but you really got to do it like on the low key and talk in sentences and stuff. CP Scratcher, how are you? Jeanette Lee Lanta, you're amazing. Thank you so very much. Let me see here, guys. Married Life Vlogs. It's the Suds family. We changed our name today so no one is confused. Really? Married Life Vlogs. Well, welcome. Congratulations.
I like that, actually.
Yep.
Better searchable.
Yep. And helps more for what you do. I think that was a great idea. I was right about YouTube killing off gaming. Killshot Media said, well, yeah.
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
We don't want to say anything because then somebody will say, oh, Pucha Studios said that. So we're just stating. It's not written in stone. But yes, they're definitely trying to rope it in, to say the least. Dakota and family, good evening to you as well. Great to see you. Did you see my question, Donna? No, I did not. I'm sorry. I do apologize. I'm going up to see if I can find it right now.
Mr. Madman says, I remember when Puša had 800 subs.
Hey, how are you? Do you think the Janelle Alania girl that blew up overnight channel is in danger because living in a van is dangerous, and she is a family-friendly channel? Depending on the way she goes with it, there's where an instance if she decides to push more clickbaitish and make it look dangerous and stuff can really hurt her. But nobody knows, guys. It is a sea of gray. We're not like we don't want to give answers. There's no answers to really get onto it. It's just going to be playing it very conservative. It really is. That's exactly it. The waters just got grayer for SpongeBob. I mean, that was the whole play on the whole thing right there. It really says it all in that statement. What are the new rules? I just got online tonight. Paul, how are you? Great to see you. In short, let me just go back we'll go to the top here. I'm just going to do the fast version of it. Basically, that YouTube before, like if it, you'll remember like the Bradbury brothers and that used to do like, for instance, like Elsa taking a crap on Superman type of stuff and all that. If that was found, they would age restrict it. Well, now it's going further, and now they're going to be going through anything. They're going to be starting to add community strikes. But that said, anything before the date that was implemented won't get a strike, but it will be removed. Anything from the day of release and on will or be age restricted. And first, it's very general. Xenia's been putting the link for this in the chat. It was a very soft release to the point that something this controversial, you'll understand that completely from the circles like vidIQ and TubeBuddy and that. To have something released like this and only have 21 replies, they did not want a lot of people to see it in great numbers. So it walks you through what is acceptable, what's not. But that said, it is one of the grayest matter. And then once you go over to the child safety, like we were looking at them, in fiction of emotional distress on minors is one of the criteria. Content that could cause minor participants or viewers emotional distress, such as exposing minors to mature themes, simulating parental abuse, coercing minors, or violence. Once again, guys, these all make sense on the top. It's once you start looking at the gray area and how this can all be tied in to what people are doing here very, very, very harmlessly. And in a lot of ways doing the adverse and trying to tell their stories or get people to help other children avoid these kind of scenarios. So, YouTube doesn't want conflict, guys. In short, once again, look at the big guys. I'm bringing him tonight as a poster one. I'm not his biggest fan. But Philip DeFranco, it's because I hear that every time a law is out. Oh, he's just picking on the small ones. The big ones don't have to deal with it. The big ones that don't have to deal with it are going to be the ones that are brought in here by actual TV networks, i.e. all the late night shows and all of them. Yes, the Will Smiths and all of them fall into that category because they come under the protection of networks, lawyers, etc. They negotiate their own agreements for advertising, so they're kind of exempt from this, and they're supposed to take all the fall if something happens. So...
Patty Broussard is asking, I have a tag on my latest video titled Happy Music for Children. Should I take that down? Well, if you do have it, you're gonna really make sure that everything else is super children friendly. If you're not sure, then I would take it down. Not the video, the tag.
I'll give you. I'm just thinking of examples into it. Say it is child friendly. I'm not gonna. I don't want to take anybody in general. It's hard. I'm trying to think of examples, but I know we know so many people from so many nations. It's hard to say. Say we're a puppy and kitten channel, and we like petting puppies and kittens, and they play, and we just film it. We don't go overboard. We don't make sets around the house, and the dogs run and chase the kittens and that. And then you talk to people while you're doing it as well. I mean, kids love that kind of stuff. And you say, oh my God, these aches and pains have been driving me crazy, and I've been on this such and such pain medication for a while and stuff like that. That's enough to get construed, is it? Something as simple as those things. That's the whole issue with all this. That's why we wanted to get it out tonight, because guys, you're really going to have to think out of the box for what can get you a community strike at this point, or your video age restricted, taken down, etc., etc., etc. You know, I think that's a good example of it. Mm-hmm. You know, stuff like that you're not purposely doing about it. The whole show wasn't about those, you taking that, having that back pain and taking those prescription drugs, which are legal, given to you by a doctor, blah, 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 blah. It's just that it's so easy to step into this gray zone and you were none the wiser. Completely unintentionally stepped into a landmine. And that's the problem. So that's what you're going to have to really watch for, all that kinds of stuff. I brought the example a while ago, and I'm just making these up. I'm trying to think of how to explain them, how innocent they can be. Is a farm kid about 7 years old that's baling hay with his parents, and, you know, jumps off the back of the trailer, you know, a couple bales high or something like that. He's done it 1,000 times. He lives on a farm. If you haven't done that, you've never lived on a farm. Okay, but still, YouTube is probably not going to look at it that way. If you have kids running heavy machinery, I love them, like the farm. I'm just thinking of them as an example. They put up the young fella, and it was a contest for a fairgrounds set up where the kids are running like the bobcat and everything. Every kid, you can't be on a farm and not learn how to do that. But that can be taken as a way that, you know, promoting to minors with a danger into it, which it's not any common sense human being. But it is a snowflake era, and snowflake rules will always prevail in anything to do with the algorithm on YouTube. They will always be more conservative. They'll always try to cover and be protective of the platform more than your rights on here. What about bushcraft prepping and survival? FTL Seeker, great question. Anybody who's out there, you know, like, I could see that kind of stuff. Like, you know, you're out pitching a tent, you're talking about it in the woods, it's fine. What happens if you say, you know, you're sitting around and you're bored and you show yourself like throwing, like we used to do, like tossing the hatchet on the tree, you know, just like playing a bit of bullseye. That could count as it. A flying axe, that's dangerous. You know, it's not like you're throwing them at each other, but we're talking about the algorithm. What if you use it as your thumbnail, you throw in the axe like that? Does that look like you're throwing it at a weapon? Does that look like it's being thrown at somebody? Does that trigger it off? You know? Axe toss, passing the time. Does that count as it? It could. They're all harmful things. There's nobody in danger right there. There's nobody else but you and the wild there. But the algorithm might not see it that way. And that's the stuff that's going to really, really, really make it hard to decide what you can put up. Is the AI or actual YouTube humans that are always the AI? And no worries, Patty. No worries, Patty. Even a lot of times we've had our trials and tribulations with YouTube. And we've had it where it's gone further for human review and they're back in 2 minutes. No human looked at us that fast and made a decision ever. Nothing ever would have happened that fast to YouTube. They say it's always human. A lot of times it's not. It's a lot of times you're only going to be human once really bad things have happened and you spend 4 days trying to reach somebody that you might you'll get a human out of it. So it's going to be very, very loose and wild on here for a bit. And I think a lot of channels are going to be coming in here very soon saying that they're missing a couple of thousand or 10,000, 20,000 views. And when they go back and look, it's their videos have been taken down. At least if there's any saving grace, they're not going to give anybody a strike that put up something before this was put up. And I truly believe they want to do it that way, so they can get rid of a bunch of videos they don't want on here that are going to be problems in their eyes, without the backlash. It's just a way to sneak it in, because this was snuck in. Nobody knew what was going on.
Well, still don't know. As just recently checking out their Twitter once again, there's nothing there. There's literally no mention of it whatsoever. And it might seem as nothing for the first look, but once you start looking into it, and especially when they start basically threatening with the strikes after September.
That's why, guys, if you guys can tonight come back after this is done and leave some comments, guys, to help this trend as much as possible, so as many people find out, because right now there's basically nothing on it. And if you guys come and leave on-topic comments, chat about it in here, discussions with everybody, that's what it really helps it get legs. And I think this is something that a lot of people need to know is going on. A lot of our friends, if you can let them know, keep tweeting it out, let them come over and see it. It's amazing. It's amazing.
And yes, it applies for all the videos starting August 21st. So the policy have started on the August 21st, and all the videos that you have posted starting and including August 21st are going to fall under this new policy.
The live stream tonight, Walker fam, for sure, please share it out as much as you can. Sharing it out and commenting on it and hitting the like button is the biggest ways for it to get legs on it and continue on. Because it is information for everybody. It really, really is, Once this is rendered, we'll come back and put a timestamp onto it so
Yes.
people can watch right from the moment we start talking about it. So
Definitely, guys. It is important. It's going to be worrisome for a lot of people, I think, and we'll see where it lands, basically. We'll have to wait and see. We just wanted to let you know, let you be aware of your own content and the content that you might be seeing, maybe the content creators that are your friends, that just let people know. I think it's just gonna fly under the same as it was with removing content for the channels that didn't even fall under the new guidelines. It's gonna happen a lot at first as well, so you gotta pay real good attention to what's happening to your videos, which ones are getting removed and why, which are maybe getting lost with their monetization, which has been happening a lot lately too.
FDL Seeker, the hard part is we don't really have anything to answer onto it. It's going to be at your discretion to figure what should come down, what shouldn't. We're just taking kind of guesses right now. And what the algorithm decides to take down. That's the thing about this. It's just so gray. Fire, I could see being a problem. I really could. If they're going after this the way that sounds like they're going after it, especially if you do any kind of tricks while starting it or anything like that, I mean, everybody can joke around once in a while, grab a burning bush, I'm going to burn you, just as a joke like that. Just anything like that. That's where I think a lot of people, no, don't apologize, FDL Seeker. No, don't apologize.
The questions are there.
Yeah.
That's why we are here. That's why you guys are here, so we can all together come up with the answers to these questions.
Exactly.
So please ask questions. Where else? We are all creators here trying to figure out how best for the content to work for us and for YouTube. So please ask your questions.
Yep.
Definitely. I just wanted to add to FDL Seekers is that definitely would add the only discretion, so to say, that they do point actually out in their policy is that if there is any kind of act of extreme nature, that you must tell that kids are not supposed to do it on their own and only under adult supervision or under professional supervision. So I would definitely add that. They say that might help not to put it into endangered content or remove it. So that's the only quotes that they actually talk about. Anything else is just gray waters once again. But that's the one that I would definitely include in your videos.
But guys, be careful. Don't sign. And Xenia's absolutely right. That's why I was watching it on tonight. Just remember, though, just because you did something the right way doesn't mean that it's going to get through into YouTube. That's all I just want to say. If you really have to do it, do that. But just remember, it's not always guaranteed. You still have to then prove it to YouTube, and you got to find somebody at YouTube that will listen to you to be able to prove it. So I was thinking about your scenario. A lot of times it's saying, okay, kids, okay, this is what you don't do when you're lighting a fire. A lot of those things are going to be probably triggering off the algorithm. Even though you're showing people what not to do in a controlled environment or somewhere like that, that could be enough to set it off as well because you did it nonetheless. So can it be as simple as the family pet playing with a child? Maybe the dog might be too rough with the kid. I mean, in theory, it's probably some of the things we're going to worry about won't be as bad as we think.
Yeah.
But everything is up for interpretation, and it's all up to how sensitive the algorithm gets towards this. I bring up Mickey. Like, Mickey was a straightforward case. Her channel got hijacked. We all know that. And look how long it took, and look at all the pulling teeth it took to try and get her channel back.
Yeah.
She was in the right, but just because you're in the right doesn't mean it's going to be fixed fast. And that's a long time she spent without her channel. A long time it took a beating before she got it back. It's okay. We know when we're right, but at when does it go that that the proving ourselves right is impossible, or it takes so much out of us that we're not left with much when it's over. So that's when we really got to weigh ourselves what's worth taking the risk over. Like I said the other night, the video we did, the 40 pages you can't see on YouTube. Like Xenia and I went back and forth a lot on that, if it was worth taking the chance of doing that show. Would it pay off? Are we shooting ourselves in the foot? And we did ask ourselves questions like, we're getting really close to 10K. Do we want to take that chance right now? Can this blow up at us? It worked out. And as a side note, we actually got it remonetized again. They did okay, which we were surprised about. That one right here up in the top corner. But it was a gamble. And we were in the right. We weren't discouraging the platform. That doesn't mean that we could still get away from it unscathed. And that's what we do every time we put something up here. We have to weigh the benefits and the pros and cons of going through a big battle if YouTube doesn't see it that way, even if we believe we are right. So just think about that. Just always remember that, guys. It's good to be right, but will YouTube see you as right? Or will your right make it very hard for you to be on YouTube for a while? It happens a lot. It happens a lot to bigger channels than us, that's for sure as well. You all are...
Backroad Freedom, thank you.
Backroad Freedom, I love this guy so much, and it's so good to see you. Summers are busy, but it's awesome that you got to come in. I love this guy. Lazy Duck, how's it going? How's your day? Our day was good. We were very tired, I think, from yesterday.
Yes. Bravo. Hello, how are you? Just coming in as well. Hello, how are you doing today?
Hello.
We were talking about the new YouTube policy updates, more focused on content changes.
Jackknife Finnegan, by the way, thank you so much for having me last night. I had a great time in your live stream. Sorry I was tired, but I couldn't sleep, so you were my babysitter for insomnia, so thank you so much. Showing some love tonight, all the Aberges. RC, thank you so very much, and hope you're doing fantastic. The Homegrown Variety Show, we're doing great. Hope you're doing great as well. Hey guys, the gray thumb is supposed to be blue. If it's not, then all you have to do is click on it for Pusa Studios. So great. Thank you so much, Mr. Matt. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. From where are you? Sorry if I ask, Precious asked. We're in Montreal, Canada right now. And no worries, you're more than welcome to ask.
Atisha G, welcome. Hello again.
Nice
Good to see you today again.
Hope you're doing fantastic. Comedy Club E Series, welcome. Great to see you guys. Are you guys aware that LGBTQ plus YouTubers are suing Google and YouTube for discriminatory practices?
In fact, Montreal LGBT community was the one that started this class action lawsuit, and yes, we are aware of it. We are in Montreal. That's why I mentioned it. Inside Weather live streams are my home away from home. Thank you so much. Chills TV. Tree trimmer raid.
What?
Tree Trimmer Raid, Tree Trimmer 82 Raid, and everybody coming in from Tree Trimmer, welcome and hello.
Yes, guys, hit. Can somebody grab Tree Trimmer's link up, guys, and put it in a couple times for us, please? That is awesome. Wow, from Tree Trimmer. Welcome, everybody. Great to have you in here. We usually have our Creators Therapy thing tonight, guys, but we decided to cover this topic instead because it hits all YouTubers and it could put a lot of channels in turmoil. Great to have you in here. And once again, Comedy Club E series from Italy. Great to meet you. I was just checking out your channel. Thank you so much. Wow, we got Little Murphy. We got Rick Cognetti. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, Tree Trimmer. My God, super chat.
Yay, thank you. Your money's no good. You already just raided us. Take that money back. Take it back. Guys, can somebody grab Tree Trimmer's raid and put it through the chat a couple times, guys? Let's get it out there. If you haven't grabbed Tree Trimmer, grab them up, guys. Thank you so much for the raid. Do appreciate it. That is awesome. Hope you're doing fantastic. Sorry, the last couple of days have been really crazy. I've been all over the place, but do appreciate it. Nice to have you in here. And thank you so much for the raid, guys. There, Tree Trimmer 82. Thank you, Thea and the fam. Thank you so much for putting it out, guys. Do appreciate it. Paul Beck Drywall, always on the board. I love it. I love it. Bossy, thank you so much, guys. If you don't have Tree Trimmer, guys, grab them up. Grab them up. We are talking, guys, tonight about the new policies changing on YouTube, and they affect every channel, guys, and you're going to really want to pay attention to this, and I'm hoping you can also come back later on and leave some comments to keep this trending, because there's almost none of this mentioned in YouTube. They're trying to slide it in under the rope. Ralph Kitchen, how are you? Great to see you. Great to see you. 10K is going to happen pretty soon, I hope. Pretty soon, I hope. I'm hoping. Thank you so much. Do appreciate it. We're doing great, Thea and the fam. Hope you're doing fantastic as well. Silva City, dude, how are you? You're listening. Great to have you in. Noah Man as well. Thank you so much. Great to have all you guys in. Thank you so much to Tree Trimmer once again, guys. Tree Trimmer 82 for rating us. If you don't have them, grab them up. That was pretty nice. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I took notes. Thank you for helping me grow on the way to 10K. Thank you, the side of Joey. Do appreciate it. And like I say, if you can come back after and leave a comment under it, it helps so much, guys. It really does. This helps us, but it also gets the message out. The more people are commenting under it and discussing, the more it trends. And that and hitting the like button. Tell your friends about it, guys. Make sure to tweet it out. What's the breaking news? Dallas County Stratcher, how are you? Great to see you. I'll get in that in a sec. Tema Plur, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tracy, she's so crazy. How are you? Great to see you. All kinds of great new channels in here as well, guys. Yes, we are on the road to 10K. And right now, we are 27 away from 9,600. Tonight, 2 weeks ago, we hit 9,000. So right now, guys, we've grown 573 in the last 2 weeks. You guys are freaking awesome. Appreciate it so much. Thank you once again, Tree Trimmer. That was amazing of you. I do appreciate it.
Tree Trimmer just shared the stream as well. Thank you so much. Do appreciate it, guys. This is important. We usually do have our creators therapy where we just kick off anything and everything and just relax, but it was just way too important not to talk about that. So today we're talking about new YouTube guideline updates that are gonna touch everybody.
In short, guys, beforehand they used to have the rules. They updated them about 2 years ago after the whole the Ethan Bradbury brothers and all of them were doing that stuff, like, you know, like Elsa kicks the crap out of Spider-Man and farts on him and all that stuff. They took that whole genre and started to make it age restricted automatically. Today things are changing, guys, and there is big changes, and YouTube did this as a silent release. It's been out for 2 days and there's only been 21 replies. I still believe that YouTube did it this way because they want to take down a bunch of old channels without anybody realize, a bunch of old videos without people realizing. As of now, though, community strikes are in effect, as well as age restriction as of 2 days ago when this started. What it means in short, guys, is anything that any videos geared towards kids, that's your thumbnails, your tags, your description, your titles, actions in the videos that are gearing towards kids. And I'm just going to give loose examples. Say you have a picture of Goofy, but when you go in, it's man and woman, fooling around with each other, getting very suggestive, drinking, doing drugs, hurting each other. This is just one of many examples. This can go towards a community strike and your or it being age restricted, depending on the level that the algorithm decides onto. Yes, this all sounds pretty straightforward. The problem is this is a very big gray area. And a lot of stuff that you do, and I brought up a couple of examples just a minute ago. We were talking, just say a kid's on the farm and he jumps off a trailer that's 4 bales high with hay. Does that count as extreme? Does that count about child endangerment? Does that warrant it? We don't know. What if you're just joking around, you say a kid and you grab him the shirt and say, come on you. Does that count as abuse? We don't know. Any of these things. Video games, people that talk about like hobbies like Funko Pops, Disney and all that stuff, but then they're drinking a glass of scotch, doing a few jokes while they're watching it. Does that count at it? We don't know. But in short, anything that looks like the temptation that kids might go into, not kids, excuse me, minors, that means 18 or under, and go in there, will they have a chance of getting a community strike, their channel taken down, age restriction? And yes, when you're age restricted on a video, you are not monetized whatsoever. So that's what we're talking about right now. And YouTube did it as a soft release. We've been digging everywhere. Xavier just been looking on their Twitter again. There's no mention of it whatsoever on the Twitter page. And before anybody says it, yes, it's from a Google employee. And I'm going to tell you why I tell that. Because we did that the last time and somebody questioned if it's true. Well, who is going to release it? Somebody from Kmart? It's from Google. That owns with YouTube. So, of course, it is legitimate if it comes from a Google employee. Just to clear that up. Just so that is known. So there you go.
I thought you were going to leave this one go and see where it lands like last time. Penny, the Grace. Welcome here.
Yeah, and that did happen the last time. You can tell it stuck with me a little. So
just a little bit. If
you're posting content, don't post content on YouTube if it fits any of the descriptions below. Sexualization of minors, sexually explicit content featuring minors, and content that sexually exploits minors. We report content containing child abuse, about abuse imagery, to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, who works with global law enforcement. We all agree, I'm sure, in here, right off the bat, that makes perfect sense. What if you're talking to kids and telling them to go to services like that? Guess what? You could fall in the same trap as the disgusting ones doing what we just mentioned. What if you're talking about your story? You could end up in the same group as them as well. Harmful or dangerous acts involving minors. Content showing a minor participating in dangerous activity or encouraging minors to engage in dangerous activities. Never put minors in harmful situations that may lead to injury, including dangerous stunts, dares, or pranks. That makes sense, and there's been a lot of that, and that has to be dealt with. But like I said, what about the kid that's his older brother says, I dare you to jump off the hay wagon that's 2 rows high of bales? That could fall in as dangerous content. That could fall in as that could fall into trickery. Infliction of emotional distress on minors. This is still our favorite. Content that could cause minor participants or viewer. Paul, thank you so much. All right, Xenia, knock yourself out.
Super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat. Keep it up from Paul Pack Drywall Tube. Keep it up, you two, and thank you. Super sticker, super chat. Thank you.
There we go. Content showing a minor participating in dangerous activity or encouraging minors to engage in dangerous. No, you got me all mixed up here.
I'm sorry.
Content that could cause minor participants or viewers emotional distress, such as exposing minors to mature themes, situational parental abuse, coercing minors, or violence. How the hell does somebody gauge this one? And how broad can this be implemented on people? And how many family channels? How many things? I watched a video with a guy who harmlessly told his kid, his dog that wouldn't stop. He yelled at it. Does that count as it? There is so much gray area in here that channels can fall into, and a lot of times it's the gray area channels, the channels that did something harmlessly without any intention of being part of this, ends up getting the biggest brunt of it. They're the ones that end up with videos down. They're the ones that end up with community strikes. That's how it goes. The other ones are big. They already know they're doing it. They're hit. They've already got another channel usually open before this all hits. Misleading family content that targets young minors and families but contains sexual themes, violence, obscene or other mature themes not suitable for younger audiences. This includes family-friendly cartoons that target young minors and contain adult or age-inappropriate themes such as violence, sex, death, drugs, etc. Make sure your titles, descriptions, and tags match the audience you are targeting. You can also age restrict your content upon upload if it is intended for mature audiences. Okay? Once you age restrict it, you are not monetized on that video. That's it. You've waived monetization. That's why they gave that option. So just be well aware of that. And once again, who constitutes this? Where does it fit in? What's considered going too far? How snowflake is and it is mostly going to be, guys. It almost always goes on the conservative side. Not picking on conservatives in that. What I'm talking about conservatives, they don't take chances in that part. But just to be clear. Cyberbullying, harassment involving minors. Content that targets individuals for abuse or humiliation, reveals personal information such as email addresses or bank account numbers, records someone without their consent, sexually harass, or encourages others to bullying or harassment. These are all important topics. They all have to be dealt with, and nobody here is questioning them with any kind of with any kind of respectable conscience in their head. The only thing is, we're just wishing it was more direct on most of them. It just is so vague and so many ways you can go out of the lines without even realizing it. So basically my channel won't ever be monetized. It's all mature content technically. It's getting a lot harder. It's getting a lot harder. That I can tell you. That's the truth of it. We could candy coat it and say, oh, and I mean all of us, we're creators first, and it's the passion of what you do and whatever you do. But the algorithm doesn't see it that way, okay? That's the truth of it. We can get all philosophical all we want, but they are catering to the advertisers because they're paying for the servers farms that hold all the content. This is the second biggest search engine in the world after Google, guys, is YouTube. Not me thinking that, that's a proven fact. How much video goes up? The last I checked was, 400 hours every minute? Mm-hmm. Or 400 now, I forget now. I'm talking off the cuff, but that's a lot that's going to be stored. Most of it is 1080p and higher. That's a huge amount, even with the compression that YouTube uses, which is not the best. You see, even us talking about it tonight can get us limited, or they could age restrict this video. That just by talking about what's written there, their words, just by repeating their words on here can do it. The AI has no feelings, emotions. That's right, Patty. And that's right. It's not, I'm not, it just is what it is. And it's better off we just accept it for what it is. And then you can make a conscious choice if you want to be on here or not. And I don't want to chase anybody away. I'm just saying that it's not going to change, Pusha's now mature. Yeah, Matt.
Matt, hi.
Matt's always in it. How are you? But yep. So it is food for thought, guys. It really is. Sophia, the humanoid, has said things that would chill your bones. The AI has no feelings or emotions.
Well, it does slightly understand the tone of the sentence, though. Already. It didn't, but it does now.
It's the context is going to slowly, and in probably 20 years, we'll be talking about how advanced it is on that stuff. We're still monetized. I keep checking. I'm literally checking.
I'm surprised because our 40-page warning video was partially demonetized during the live stream. Yep. It took a whole day. Usually it comes back right away, but it took a whole day for that one. So the Martinez, no problem, guys. And do please share it out. What are alternatives to YouTube? Well, There are different alternatives, like DLive and of course Twitch and lots of other places where you can put your content, but none of those contents are as big as YouTube still. YouTube still has the biggest audience out there, and that's why a lot of content creators are still here. Lots of them have jumped the ship, yes, but the biggest audience you can get without recognition, like without actually being recognized first and then putting, is here.
Yep.
Those who jumped the ship, they already have a name.
If PewDiePie said tomorrow I want to start something where we all bang on tin cans each other, he'll probably bring about 60,000 people with him even to do that. We don't have that kind of thing. We just don't have it. We could wish we did, but we don't. We missed it. What's going on? Sorry, late bedtime routine with 3 toddlers. Oh my God. Oh my God, I feel for you. Wow.
Yeah.
You want to tell them in short, hon?
I'm definitely on the daily TV cannabis reviews and strain review definitely is going to be affected as well. So in short, as of 21st of August, the new content policies are in place, and what it means that content that used to be allowed on YouTube, some of it is not going to be allowed at all. And what it means even more is that content that is not going to be family friendly will have to be either age restricted or removed altogether. So from now on, and as of 2 days ago, look carefully at your content, and if you think that it is not family friendly, you have to age restrict it or remove it. Because everything that could possibly harm 18 and under is not suitable for YouTube anymore. That's basically the summary of everything that we talked about. From now on, always go through the filter or family friendly. Family friendly. Is it family friendly? If it's not, if it's something you wouldn't show your kids, that is most likely it's not family friendly, and you should at least age restrict it. Now, old library videos are not going to get a strike. They're going to be removed. The ones that are new and starting from the August 21st, they not only can get removed, you can also get a strike for it. There is 30-day grace period. That means the strike system is going to start only at the end of September, but nevertheless, it's going to apply to the videos starting of the August 21st. That's the summary of it. We did discuss in details of what exactly it could mean and what kind of content it could fall under. It does apply to everybody and not only to the channels that are geared to kids. Unfortunately, I don't know. I would give, as a parent and creator, I would say this is more unfortunately. It doesn't solve the problem.
No.
It makes it harder for creators.
There's going to be a lot finding new ways to get around this.
Yeah.
And that's the ones that are aware of what they're doing. That's the ones that's supposed to be taking down. It's once again that gray area is going to take such a beating, guys, and I feel so bad for them. Because I know it's coming in soon. We're going to get people coming in here by the droves. Oh my God, I lost this many videos. I can't believe it. I just got a copyright strike. That's usually what happens right after. So guys, you got to be diligent. And happy person, but still much love to you guys. It has been nothing to do with any of you. Sorry, Riley. I know I feel bad. Did you catch the first part from Riley?
No. But as for somebody who just said that they already are a family entertainment channel, make sure that you are really getting under the guidelines.
The microscope's going to be like that on you.
And I've just put the link here in the chat.
Yep.
Basically, you got to follow everything that it is under the field guide of this link. It doesn't apply to me. It's even more applies to you. The same as the comment section filtering went under scrutiny a couple months ago. This is going to go first and foremost for family-friendly channels, and then everybody else in the meantime. So please check it, double check it.
Thank you so much, Scorpion. Do appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Welcome, Scratchaholic. How are you? Great to see you. Posh Notions. Isn't this why there's YouTube Kids? Exactly,
You would think so.
You would think so. Okay, I'll say what I've said a long time ago, and it was, actually greeted a lot better than what I thought. But here's always been my opinion. In a nutshell, I've asked people what they thought. We've asked a lot of guests what they think. I'm going to give my opinion onto it. You might like it or you might not. Just hear me out on the why I'm saying it. And it's not, most likely never going to be like this, but I do believe that there should be some sort of pay system to get in here. And I don't think it should be a tiny amount each month. I would like it to be offered as free to everybody. But if you want to kind of jump the queue as well, if you want to call it that, something like you'd have to make 30 to 40, maybe even 50 things on here, videos, live streams, whatever you do. And after that point, you can decide when it's time, you can apply and like audition for somebody actually at YouTube, where you would actually pay, say, $500 or $1,000. Let them look over your work, let them see where you're at, let them see if they feel like you're a good fit for YouTube. If you don't get it, say it's $1,000 where you get back $900. And if they do approve what you do and the way you're going, that you actually get kind of a bump in the queue, and you get easier standings with the algorithm. They start pushing you more than a troll could sink you. Pusa Studios.
Yeah, it's like part of conversation.
Okay, I was like, Chili
chat.
Man is always so nice. Oh, that's like a
God.
That's kind of stop. Sorry, I've seen troll. My eyes got lost.
Stop reading the chat, please.
But I believe, like any business, if I was to just open up a department store and said tomorrow to everybody, here, you have a store, and 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 you have a store. It's yours. Do what you want. It's yours. Most likely, most of them would fail within 3 months. There's no skin in the game. Why take it seriously? Why do anything productive? Goof around, run shopping carts into each other, not pay some bills, and just let it kind of fall where it may. If you have some skin in the game, and I'm not saying like $10,000, $20,000, but something that's more than just like $395 a month, but something enough that makes you put something into it so you have to do something with it. I really do believe the quality of work here would get a lot better. There'd be still opportunities for everybody, but it would give you a chance to kind of get out of this muckiness, and you maybe would not have to pay so much every time some idiot, some small, because most of the rules that are up here, the same as our chat, guys. Look at those rules. You don't think when somebody's like 10 away from 800, I would love to shout them out? Maybe not get them up, but hey guys, come on, he's only 10 to go. Let's grab him, guys. It's only 10. You can't. Not at this time, because we tried it. And unless we pick something like the 25 away from the thousands, what do we get? Oh my God, I'm 4 away from 291. Oh my God. I seen it happen today a couple times. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm 6 away from 813. This is what happens every time. It's always the minority that ruins it for everybody. Everything we've had to institute in here. Self-promote, I wish I could, because 95%, 99% of the channels in here would do it right. Every 20 minutes or so, they put up a nice blurb, 200 characters. Hey there, nice to meet you. I'm a jewelry maker out of New Jersey and run a business with my wife and that, if you're into that type of video. But what are we going to get? It's going to be the same 3 people that's going to copy paste, and fill up the chat. Same on YouTube, guys. It's the same problem. The same thing. Our live stream, your live streams, if you do live streams, are all the same, guys. It's a microcosm, but the same problems. And the same in the world. Most people know here not to drive 120 kilometers past a house. But you got to put up some kind of a speed sign. Because if you don't, they will be doing it. Not everybody. Most would watch out. Oh, yeah, there's kids here. Oh, yeah, this is kind of, there's a lot of houses. There's a tight road. I shouldn't be speeding. You have to have rules in for everything, guys, because it's because of the minimal amount that cause the major problems they have to be there for. And that's the same on YouTube, what they got to deal with. And I'm not taking pity for them. But guys, if you ever want to look up the Bradbury brothers and all that stuff and see what they were doing on here, it's understandable why the advertisers were mad. Because that moment, that time, Elsa was the biggest thing on earth to search for next to video games. Everybody was into Frozen. All my daughter and them. And they type it in, and I go in and find playing through the videos. The third one, I happen to walk in, and here they are nearly having sex together on the couch, or almost taking a crap on each other. And this is the truth. I'm not trying to be funny. This is exactly what happened. So it's because of them, once again, we're all going to pay. And unfortunately, the majority of good people are going to pay because of a couple of idiots' decisions. It's not fair, it's not right, and it is what it is. That's why I do this on here. I'll come in here and I'll get angry about something and I'll blow a gasket. But after that's done, guys, I got to get back to the grind of either being on here, hoping it may change, get on here and just put my nose to the grind, keep doing what I'm doing, or get off of here, because there's only those three options. There is nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do, guys. It has gone through. They didn't even... That's a big change. This here really does dig in a lot. And that's why Family Channels a while ago, you guys especially will be under the gun for this one, unfortunately. Once again, Family Channels will be the ones heavily under attack. And they did it so coyly to just release it in a thread, and it's managed to gather 21 replies. It's not like it's all over the place giving everybody time to react and fix. They want a lot of these old videos gone. They want them gone. They're hoping a lot of them won't even have time to age restrict them. That's their way of getting rid of them. There's always going to be collateral damage. And like I said, it's the same in this live stream, the same as in your live stream, all the way up into YouTube as a whole as well. It all works the same way. It sucks. And it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's just the only advice into it, is just roll with it. Get your videos in, because nothing sucks more than one day you wake up. And yes, they're not going to be community striking anything that was before that date that this was released, which is 2 days ago. But it still sucks if 19 of your videos all of a sudden are gone one day. That's what might be a lot of watch time on your channel. I don't know how much you have on each, but I really take in what Pusa's advice is. Thank you, the Milo guy. Hey, guys, it's like I said, tonight we could have did creators therapy, just had a lot of laughs and fun. I'm sorry, but this came out and it's like, this is ridiculous. We were so lucky to even just glance at it. It was just by stroke of luck to see it. Good information here. This is a great vessel for information. Inspired John, thank you so much, my friend, and I appreciate it. I really do, guys. 50% of mine. So just get your channel, guys. Check over your stuff. Think really hard. Is there anything you think that might kind of push the envelope onto it? And the most harmless stuff is usually the stuff that gets hit, guys. The stuff where you had no intentions of doing it. So just go back over your stuff. Check really hard. Make sure. I'm just grabbing channels on as an example. Scratcher channels. If there's any areas that made it look like it was really fun or something for kids to get into, and then it gets rough inside, you know, or on a ticket and you're swearing because it's not. All those things can be misconstrued as a way of leading kids, minors, into what you do. So there's no answers from us what you should get rid of and not, because we don't even fully know ourselves. You know?
Put King asked, I have some family content, so my live stream vlogs are under attack. Well, any kind of content can be under attack under these new guidelines, and it doesn't matter if it's a live stream, if it's a video, if it's a comment, if it's a title, description, tag, your thumbnail, anything and everything. Even if you feature, let's say, a merchandise that is not family friendly, it also can get under attack. So anything and everything on YouTube product itself can be targeted with this. Jimalali,
thank you so very much. Appreciate it. You're such a sweetheart. It's
so
great
good to see you, Jima.
It is. Yeah, you do put a smile on both our faces. Even if you considered adult, can you still get super chats and stuff?
Yeah, you can get super chats, but you can't get monetization for advertisement. So live streams probably are going to be affected less. Yep. Because you can still get super chats, but the videos, what do you do with it?
Dallas County Scratcher, there's a good example right there. And from algorithm point, we don't know, but I would say probably offhand, yeah. Does letting kids scratch lottery tickets on video does that count? I could see that being a possibility. We can't speak for sure.
I would say so.
But I
because
can see that.
It's breaking the law.
Exactly.
Because it's gambling underage.
Yep. You see what I mean? We know you're innocent to it. We know it's not bad. But the bigger picture on the way that it's looked on here is going to be. So, yeah, that would be a good example of it, I'm sure. Oh, thank you so much, Tree Trimmer 82. Do appreciate it. And thank you for the read again. That was really awesome of you. I do appreciate it. Like I said, just the last couple of days, we've been pushing like crazy for that 10K. It's been nuts. But I do thank you. I was mentioning it still yesterday. And thank you so much for all the push you've been giving us. And that it really does mean a lot. Still can't believe it, guys. We're down 425. And we got back some of our subs that we lost. I just kept telling everybody tonight. So, yes, once again with the whole, they just unsub from channels. No, they don't. There's another alert. As sometimes YouTube takes them away in a sharp decrease like this because the algorithm's doing as it's supposed to clean them, it gave us back some today. So when that happened, I just happened to have Social Blade open and I took a screenshot of it. So that's a good thing. I'm so proud to catch that today. I'm so proud. Xenia heard me from the other room. So
happens all the time.
Yeah.
Victor, hello. Good to see you here. Victor L, we're doing good. We're doing good. Thank you so much. And yes, guys, so please double check. Be responsible for your content, your comment section. Don't forget the comment section. You're the one responsible for what's in the comments. And you might say, well, how can I do anything about it? You can filter the words so they are not showing up in your comment section, okay? So it applies to everything and everywhere. What you do, where you do, how you title, how do you describe.
Cheers, Tree Man.
And everything else. If you're not sure, please put your content into age restricted, at least for now. You can always remove it after. Just triple check, guys, especially the new content that you're putting on now, starting the August 21st. Triple check. I'm sure there's going to be sea of removed content unprecedentedly, like completely without reason. There's going to be sea of channels getting strikes, especially if you already have a strike. Please be careful.
That server farms we're talking about a while ago going to have a little more real estate, I have a feeling, within 2 weeks, so... Tuck and Neve, how are you? Great to see you. And thank you so much, Scorpion 50, I'm doing the numbers. What is that? 19? Scorpion, X is 10, right?
Yeah.
1019, yeah. I think I got that right. I hope I got that right. And thank you so much, Tree Trimmer. I'm going to help you every night until you get it. Your family, thank you so very much. Do appreciate it. I really do. You guys are absolutely awesome. Guys, it's 2 weeks tonight, right around this. Well, give or take this time. So you guys got us up 575 new subscribers, guys, in 2 weeks. Thank you so much. Cheers to all you. Thank you to people like Tree Trimmer 82, Farmall Fanatic, and the whole Grow Friday guy. I'm going to forget a ton of people. TR90X has been nothing short of amazing. Island Life Fishing. The list goes on and on and on of amazing channels. Paul Peck has been putting us everywhere. I just want to say a real big thank you, guys, and we are still pushing for it. YouTube, we got word from YouTube, from TubeBuddy. They've been in contact with YouTube. And yes, guys, they're starting to put in process the rounding of numbers. So we're hoping to get this done very soon so we can celebrate with you guys one last time. One last kick at the can before it happens, guys. Before they start rounding off the numbers. You will always get to see your own in your beta, but it won't be open to the public at this point from YouTube. As they've stated, you never know what's going to change or happen, but that's the word we got at this point. We've celebrated every milestone with you guys from 9,000 all the way down to 1,500. What does 1,500 what Andrew and Xenia look like? There's 1,500 Andrew and Xenia. And there's my haircut. I call that the baby eagle.
Oh.
And Xenia's got a lot better hue now that we got better lighting and stuff like that. Yeah.
It looked like we were right out of the cemetery or something there. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah. There we go, guys. That was in May 22nd, 2018. Hitting the big old 1.5. That's right. Oh my God Almighty! Wow.
Yeah, more. Yeah, all of those are still available on our homepage, guys. So go check it out if you're interested in that.
For better or for worse, it's still up there. So, yeah.
CP Scratcher, if in doubt, use age restriction. Well, especially if you already have strikes. I mean, we're not suggesting you to remove content or anything like that. It's up to you. Read the guidelines and make a decision for yourself. But I would really suggest if you already have strikes to really triple check what you have, especially for the new content. Old content is going to be removed if it's not falling under guidelines. You're not going to get strike for that. But the new one, definitely triple check before you release it, at least.
So do I, Angela. She loves your. I love female host accents so much.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with you on that 100%.
Yeah, that's like 90% why he loves me. So.
Oh Jesus. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unreal.
We were supposed to have creators therapy today. Really like kick off our feet, especially after yesterday's 6-hour live stream. You know, just kind of just hang out and have fun and relax. But you know what? When sometimes you need to work, when you need to work, right? And this was more important to talk with you guys because it is not a lot talked about just yet. Although it already applies to the videos released now. So please share it out. I see already people liking and sharing it on Twitter. Please share it out. Let people know. It is very important.
Russell. But guys, we did have a late night last night, so we're going to end it now, guys. If you can come back and comment on this, because there is almost nothing on YouTube about, well, there is nothing. We've just been checking over and over, and there's literally nothing. If you guys can come back and comment onto it, on the topic of it, it really helps it a lot to keep legs. If you can hit the like button. And guys, then Sunday night, we'll be back on. Wheel of Shoutouts, guys. We're at 575, or a little over 400. If everybody brings in here just 3 or 4 friends, we will. Think of it like Pusa potluck. Do you have 4 friends? I'm sure that haven't seen us. I want to hit 10K, guys, before they start rounding off the numbers. If you guys can really reach out, get some people in that don't know us, bring them in. There's tons of people. We're just a small channel, guys, just like everybody else, up and coming. We are hoping to hit 10K really, really soon, guys. And it's so close in spitting distance. It's scary and exciting all at the same time. Thank you for all the love from yesterday, guys. When I last checked, we're 7 views away from 4,000 yesterday. You guys were awesome. The watch time was incredible, guys. It was about close 1,000 hours of watch time yesterday, almost.
Yeah.
Almost 1,000 hours of watch time. So thank you guys so much. I forget how much that is in minutes, but so we're basically 1/4 of monetization yesterday. That's crazy. I remember those days where I was just showing you that video, and I remember us the first time that we got a bunch of people in. We got 40 watch hours, and we were so excited. We hated to end the live stream because we didn't want to. We didn't want to jinx it, thought it could never happen again. The amazing idea that we could get 40 hours in one live stream.
But you keep grinding.
That's
you
right.
never know where you're at after.
Working it hard, guys. Remember, it's a balance of networking and good content. You need both of them, guys. They all complement each other. Don't let your content slide for networking. Don't let your networking slide for content. There is a happy medium in all of it. Be good to each other, guys. Enjoy each other. Thank you for everything you do for us. And yeah, guys, you can get a couple more in. We're 425 away from 10K. And I'd love to celebrate with you this week. And you know what? Sunday Wheel Night would be a fun time to do it. Let your friends know, guys. Message them, tell them to come on over. They'll get to meet people as well. Everyone brings over 3 or 4. We got it in the bag and then some. And you guys get to meet a bunch of great channels as well. Much love to you all. Thank you for everything. Thank you for tonight, for such a great turnout, for something that was so serious. Means the world to us, guys. Much love to you all. See you Sunday night. Cheers and keep creating.